Based on one game, you
No. I'm basing the frat boy hatred on everything that he's kind of been like his whole...
So you don't like frat guys? I mean, that seems like that's the core of the issue.
I was a frat guy.
So was I. So was Tim.
But did you do money signs?
Doug?
Well, I didn't have any money.
Nothing's changed.
I did on my computer printouts.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? That's good. That's good. I don't know. I just think that, do you think that he's the answer in Cleveland? Not that there's any answer in Cleveland?
We're not going to get into that.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobiggs.com.
Green Day present the Saviors Tour. Live in Maryland Heights.
Welcome
Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, August 15th. Celebrating 30 years of Dookie and 20 years of American Idiot. Green Day with Rancid and the Linda Lindas. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Green Day, the Saviors Tour, fueled by Monster Energy.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, whether it be saving up for their child's education or planning for their own retirement and everything in between.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
107 in St. Louis, you're listening to TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from our Michelob Ultra Studios. Welcome, friends. Let's get into that YouTube chat right now, Doug.
No. What's in there?
Hot guys.
They're already there?
Yeah. See, I'll go in there right now.
Just waiting for us. Waiting for a little bit of beefcake.
That's what I think it is. I mean, it's kind of become a hookup site. We're in the Mug & Ass St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy, Michael McCartney, Douglas Elvin, Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, and Action Jackson with you on the program. This is like a show today, and I'm uncomfortable with it.
Why?
Candidly. Greg Warren is going to be in the studio. Plowhawk booked Greg Warren.
Can't really take credit since I texted you at 5:30 this morning and say, oh, hey, by the way, Greg's going to be in at 8:30.
The Funny Bone this weekend.
There you go.
Yeah, love Greg. He was in, I think, the other day in one of the shows. He was in studio.
I think he was in with Riz for, I don't know who was out, but I think he was in the whole show.
Oh, love seeing Greg, and he always pops into the studio and asked, and I know he went on this booze cruise thing with Bert Kreischer, I think, is the comedian. So
Bert Kreischer.
I don't
we've
believe
talked
I
about
know
that
him.
as well. He's very popular on the social media now. Yep. So I apologize for the late notice. I put it on my calendar, but I forgot that Tim and Jackson. So.
Well, we'll see if we can adjust because this is a rather rigid show.
Thank you. And that's the thing that was so. It's like, okay, Plowhawk, I appreciate you booking him, but we've got to move some things around now.
Oh,
Yeah, we have Ollie Marmol in studio at 9:15.
Almost everything is timed down to the minute.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
I do listen to some other radio shows kind of on the way in here, and every morning at the exact minute they're doing sports or weather or certain news breaks. How the hell? We would never do that.
Called Buttoned Up.
Yeah, weather on the 20s.
I guess you get
Traffic on the 10s.
timing everything right down to the second for these shows.
Yeah, well, that's the way 20 and 30-somethings consume content.
HD2, we just do what we want.
All three, but yeah. Greg Warren, 8:30. Jeremy Rutherford, 9 o'clock. Presented to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day at 9:45. Jackson and I go down the hallway at 10 o'clock. We're going to deal with it. We will be fine. We appreciate your letters of support and concern, but we will deal with it.
You would think after 2 years it wouldn't be that way anymore. It wouldn't be we got to deal with it every day. I think if they just settle in and know what's coming.
You just gotta know that those people are just always.
Have they left you in tears ever?
Yeah, I get emotional toward the end of the show.
Just because they just keep ragging on you?
But also at the same time, don't you walk out of the studio and go, man, I'm glad I'm me.
Oh,
I say that.
Yeah.
I say that every couple minutes. Jackson, what's coming up on Wednesday? Doug always likes to know what's going on Wednesdays.
You want to talk about rigid show buttoned up?
Yep.
That's what we got today on Balloon Party.
A wide berth Wednesday?
Uh-oh.
Piddle six-shooter?
Wide berth.
Wide berth Wednesday.
Yeah, nothing yet.
Pitch out, nobody going. I actually wouldn't mind talking over with John Denton. I don't know if he's still
I'll shoot him a text.
in the mix. Because he's at those GM meetings. And Doug, are they in Phoenix? Probably Scottsdale, I would think.
So, yeah.
Is this where the trades usually happen or not?
That's the winter meetings.
Winter meetings.
But you'll start to see some signings here.
I'll shoot JD a text.
You like that, JD? JR at 9, JD?
Okay, yeah.
All right. And we've got a lot of audio. This show is making news.
Are we?
I had forgotten about this, but I forwarded it to Jack. Well, a listener forwarded the audio to me via DM. And I guess the only way he could get the audio was if he's an OnlyFans subscriber of Adam22 and Doug, is it Lena the Plug?
I don't know.
It's not Lena, right?
I don't know.
Lena.
Yeah, Lena. And man, Adam22 allows his girl a lot of freedom.
In what
We'll,
way?
we'll just leave that there.
Well, Doug wants to know.
What do you mean a lot of freedom?
He will just let her go play with all the ponies in the paddock.
Oh, is that right?
Ponies in the paddock.
When they have, because they bang their guest,
Doug, have you ever heard of
We
it?
started that on the Tim McKernan show in
are they,
2017.
as Lena the Plug and Adam22, are they on OnlyFans and they have sex with their guest on OnlyFans?
Are
Or
you
is it-
asking me that question?
or
You're
is it
looking right at me.
private?
I don't have the foggiest.
I
I think it's OnlyFans. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure that the Plug Talk show has an OnlyFans where you can watch the entirety of the interview, including the Rodring.
It'd be funny if it was
I like that, the Rodring.
It was like sponsored, so they had like banners of like, you know.
I guess Brianna
Probably is.
Coppage and her husband are on the OnlyFans of Adam22.
Well, Iggy, you would be correct. And it turns out our show played a role in her husband getting terminated.
no.
She discussed that on, what is the name of the podcast?
Plug Talk.
Plug Talk.
Man, dude.
Take a listen, Doug. Here is Brianna Coppage. This is a huge podcast. And this is what she had to say to Adam22 and Doug, is it Lena or Lena?
I just don't know.
The Plug. Here you go.
Hit the lever,
He
Plowsy.
did a radio interview. Yeah.
What job did he have?
Yeah, so he was a lineman. So
What is that?
He builds like power lines.
Oh, okay.
For the
Mhm.
county.
So he
You
worked.
can't have sex on camera and build power lines.
So
It seems ridiculous.
he was fine for that, but a radio station wanted to talk to me and then also him, and so he cleared it with his boss. to do the call. It was like a half an hour call on the radio. Boss said it was okay, and then the boss above him, I guess, finds out, and then he's in trouble.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's what led to
Didn't even
his.
mention our
That's what led to
names,
his termination. What's that, Iggy?
Didn't even mention our names.
Well, probably hard to remember.
Yeah, I'm
us.
surprised Adam didn't jump in and go, "Oh, was it HD2 or HD1?"
Was that the Tim McCurnich? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the podcast. It's QFTA.
Maybe there'd be a little thing about one of the hosts wanted to do a cuck scene with us.
No, yeah. I wonder if that came up later. But I appreciate the gentleman. Yeah, he sent me the video right here, Doug. Here it is. There's Brianna over there, and there's Adam22, and then there's Lena talking it over. And so as the conversation progresses, eventually they engage in coitus. Is that the deal?
I don't know. I haven't seen this stuff.
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah.
Really? How about this Adam22?
You're a subscriber,
No.
Jackson?
No. I have followed Adam22 for years with his company No Jumper.
No Jumper.
What is
Yeah,
that?
I actually like that. Yeah.
No Jumper has been interviewing rappers and athletes and internet stars for years. And so that's how I knew of Adam22. And I knew he had a wife, or at the time girlfriend, who was in Stag. And then, yeah, so... And
I'm not all that familiar. I'm familiar with her now because of the podcast, but I'm not familiar with her from Stag.
Yeah, I don't know what her career has looked like.
Are you familiar?
Well, I know her through
I didn't know who
Adam22.
she was. I gotta get her confused with Rubber Doll.
Oh, gosh.
Rubber Doll?
Yeah.
Why?
Who dat?
I don't know. Just a name. It's not a name. It's the plug. Rubber Doll.
I feel like I'm playing $25,000 Pyramid with Dick Clark.
I didn't like the way the Blues got the puck out of the neutral zone last night.
Yeah. Rubber Doll didn't either.
No.
Has anybody seen it? Has a listener seen it? Did the Brianna's husband have sex with the plug?
Wait, I didn't see it.
Or did
I don't
they
think
just-
I don't
know.
think Lena lets linemen come in and.
Do they have sex just next to each other? You know, that's what a lot
I'm
of
a
couples
very
do.
obedient
how it
girl.
works.
I need a daddy to give me orders.
Oh,
They don't.
Was that a 101 ESPN mic drop?
I don't think so.
I don't even know who that was. I don't like unknown man and unknown woman because I have no idea who it is.
You're finding a lot of unknown things in there the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we need to rename some.
This guy who lost his job, building power lines, wouldn't that be an extremely dangerous job? Wouldn't you kind of be relieved that you don't have to do that anymore? I don't want to speak for him and say I'm glad he lost his job, but
Well, because he's available to come back on.
seems like a very difficult job and a dangerous one. And if
Well,
you
at the
can
time-
get out of it by making a lot of money doing this, I'd say he probably came out ahead.
At the time, they didn't know they were going to end up making $7 million a year, or he would have quit. I'm sure you'd rather just have sex for $7 million a year than just put power lines up.
I would
Lineman
think.
for the county.
I would think.
Hey, I don't drop loads. I drop Kenny Strodes on them.
What does that mean?
Is he alive?
I think so.
I think he's still at the kiosk.
I have seen him there a couple years ago, but that's been forever. I had to ask.
Doug, so the show is making news on Plug Talk,
I guess.
and I guess Brianna, well, I know she went to New York to, is it the Tamron Hall
Tammany Hall,
No,
Boston.
no. That's of course Gangs of New York with Bill the Butcher. But then Tamron Hall is at one of those talk shows,
TV or radio?
television, and then I believe she flew. What is that? 6 hours, New York, LA.
I don't know. Seems like a lot.
6 hours, New York, LA. She goes out there. She does Plug Talk. Ooh, somebody did flush the toilet.
They sure did.
It's
Got a
almost
heavy
getting
flush.
louder. It's like we
can't-
took the silencer off
They're
that.
trying to smoke
Yeah.
us out of our holes.
That was
Must
like
be
2
deaf.
gallons per flush there.
I must be deaf. I don't never hear that.
And then she was going to have dinner with friend of the program, Caden Cross. Caden was not healthy, feeling ill. But while she was out there in Los Angeles, we believe is when she shot this episode of Plug Talk, in which she was interviewed by Adam22 and Lena the Plug. But we don't know if they engaged in coitus. However, Jackson says that it's almost batting 1,000 that if a guest appears on that show, they also later have sex on the show.
And they know that going in, I hope.
Well, it's like part of the. It's like part of the show. It's like
a sketch.
It's like someone doing SNL and not doing a monologue.
I think she said that on the show when I asked her, and she goes, "Yeah, they said we'll have sex.
But
So
You
they,
going to try to get on that show, Iggy?
no, I don't know who either of those people are.
search Plug Talk Show on Twitter. They post
Don't.
clips of their interviews.
Don't do it on Hubbard Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we may get an email.
Wow, we're just doing show prep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can explain that one then.
Have you talked to Caden since she didn't make the dinner? Because I'm still trying to find out who Maz is.
Doug John Mazalak, president of baseball operations, says the payroll would be around $200 million.
Yeah.
She texted me. She said Caden wasn't feeling well, but I had dinner with Maz. I don't know who that was. I didn't ask, but
Well, are we supposed to do that research?
I thought Tim talked to Caden and said.
Well, we're not, on a daily text basis.
Oh, I know, but I thought maybe just asked how did the meeting go. You weren't there, but anything come of it?
Nice. I have not yet.
Okay.
But I will see, because Caden was telling me she was going to direct her scene. Hold on. The guy who sent me the audio clip has just DM'd me to say, yes, Tim, they did have sex, and no, the husband wasn't present. Is that a cuck, Iggy?
Yeah, unless he knew. Was he out there for the interview?
Doug?
With the husband?
Was he on?
I don't know.
Was he on Plug Talk?
If he's the main guy on the podcast, I assume he was there.
That's to me. That's I would have an inferiority complex if I did OnlyFans with my wife. You both flew up for an interview. They know that they're going to have sex with the couple because that's part of the show, and then he's not invited. That's like saying, we want no part of you in our bed.
Mr. Saney is shared by me and the Apache.
They don't want him. He's a guy. They're not interested in him. And
When
he's
is it
interested
okay
in the
to kiss a
money.
guy?
So it works out for everyone.
Well, Adam22's there. He's a guy.
Shafty, Doug, is it McShamus or McShamus?
Probably McShamus.
Shafty McShamus has just sent in a screenshot from Adam22's Twitter tweets, and it says, we banged the teacher with heart emojis.
Oh.
So it sounds like...
I mean, Brianna went from like floaties in a kiddie pool to like straight up swimming across the Pacific.
Is Adam22 well hung?
I would assume. I don't think. I tell you what, though, what he allows his wife to do that's sporting.
There's not many guys that are on OnlyFans with small penises.
I bet you there's some guy.
I mean, who would want to show your small penis to a bunch of
Maybe people are into microweens, bro.
It'd be embarrassing.
Let's show you that fine presentation.
If I understand this right, this guy has set himself up with a podcast where aspiring porn stars go through him, and he has sex with them to help make their career.
That's right.
And that's his job.
That's right.
With his wife.
Sign me up.
He probably make good money.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine me at the AVNs with Biff. Part of this interview is when we're done, you have to have sex with me. We'd have zero interviews.
Sadly, I'm imagining it.
KG in O-Town's just sent in a screenshot, Doug. It comes from the dailymail.com. Porn star Adam22 and his wife Lena the Plug film a threesome with infamous OnlyFans teacher Brianna Coppage.
Now, don't say infamous.
I can read what's in
I
the
know,
prompter.
that's the wrong word there.
Months after she was forced out of her school job when students discovered her X-rated online content. There's some facts in there that are inaccurate. I mean, we're talking weeks. It wasn't really months, and it wasn't the students discovering. It was a parent who thought he was going to get her, and all he did was get her about $15 million. Yeah. But I'm sure he's killing it. Girl, you be killing them. You be killing them. Girl, you be killing them. Think about that. Damn it, Leather. It's not all about you! It's from the Grease Effect.
What the hell does that have to do with me? What did I say about myself?
You were imagining you had the kind of podcast.
Well, yeah, I tied it into this guy doing it for interviews, and then he has sex. I said it'd be nice if I could do that.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Brianna's Twitter page, Welpers? That's from Angel the Morning After. What's that mean?
I don't know. I don't.
I'm going to take a look, though.
Iggy's going to give us an update. In the meantime, I'll tell you about our 7 o'clock hour sponsor. That's Munganess, St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Long-time partner here now of TMA. God, Doug, 3-4 years at least. So happy to have the partnership. Think the world of the people there. Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, and Ryan Seiberg in the service department. Those are the names I mentioned, but it's across the board. Really quality people and a great partnership for our listeners here on TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast and Balloon Party. It's Munganess, and they give a secret number. Just for the listeners, 314-252-0029. So even if you didn't get your car from Munganast, get your car serviced at Munganast. And of course, if you're looking to buy or lease a new car, or if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, support the sponsors.
Yes. Well, a lot of people have.
There
And
you
once
go.
you get to know those people,
You'll never go
say,
anywhere else.
Yeah, well, I've got a car place now. If I want a new car or a used car or get my car serviced, that's where I'm going.
StLouisAcura.com, Alton Toyota.com. Michelob Ultra is the studio sponsor here on TMA. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. Plenty of Michelob Ultra available. It's St. Gabriel's on Saturday night. We're just a few days away from the second annual TMA Trivia Night. All of us will be there. Will you be there? Doors open at 6:30. And trivia gets underway at 7:30. And your $45 ticket, or you can get a whole table of 8 people, will get you all your Salt and Smoke and all your AB products. $45 for all that. Try and do that, Doug, on your own.
No,
Go to
you
Salt and
couldn't.
Smoke and drink and eat all you want. No. It's going to cost way more than that. Plus, you get the pleasure of being in our presence. And I feel like that's worth $552 is what...
I would think so, yeah. $550 or so.
Yeah.
Just to say hi.
Yeah. And that's coming up this Saturday. Get your tickets, get your table at TMASTL.com. That's TMASTL.com. Get your tickets. We were going to try to have Mike Lee there for his birthday party. This was something we've been efforting.
Oh, yeah.
And Jesse cleared it to get a table for him for his birthday party. But Cletus texted me this morning that he has already got, like, beverage cart girls from Persimmon Woods meeting him somewhere. And they want to stay out west.
All right. Persimmon Woods steps up. Okay.
Yeah, they got the best.
Is that right, really?
I don't know. I've never been there. I played there. I didn't see any cart girls. I don't know if this is Welpers or not.
Welpers?
Well, the guy
This
said,
Welpers thing's catching on.
The guy said Welpers. I'm surprised she's only got 78,000 followers. Mia Malakova follows her. Unless this is what he's talking about, Yelpers.
I mean, it's just a naked picture.
I mean, it's just a naked picture. There's nothing big about it. She's nice.
We're looking at porn right now?
I'm looking at a Twitter account.
Despite the Blues' 5-2 setback.
I was there last night.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I was
This one
telling my
looked like they had
6-year-old it's a
something
2-period game.
Yeah.
During the week, that's what they do.
I wonder how many Megan Gather's got.
Never mind us, Iggy.
I thought we were still talking about it.
No.
She only got 11,000 followers.
Doug had pivoted the graphic over his
Trying
shoulder,
to.
pivoted to the Blues and Jets. Well, no 3-game streak, Doug, is some opportunities went by the wayside in the second period. Craig Berube very critical of the play in the second period, despite multiple, what do you call them, glorious scoring opportunities?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Glorious.
I would say they probably had about 5 of them, and they were all within a matter of minutes.
Well, they couldn't
for the most
finish.
part. Got to finish. Meanwhile, a dominating play early and questionable penalty called against Saad, and the Jets then turn the momentum and score a power play goal. And alas, the Blues are now down 1-0. Robert Thomas gets his team-leading 5th goal of the year later in the second period, but the Jets had already taken a 2-0 lead when he scored, so 2-1. And then, boy, oh boy, you would have thought they could have gotten one in there in the second period, but alas, they never did. Jordan Bennington with I don't know. I mean, we're out there playing the puck. Maybe he'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, probably so.
I don't know.
Stay in the net, Benner.
Look at that. Don Cherry.
Is Don Cherry still around?
He's going to join us with Jeremy Rutherford.
God, he's got to be 90 by now.
Well, that's why it makes
Boy,
him
he
such
was
a great
good.
get.
He's still with us.
Is he?
89 years young.
89, yeah.
Wins per
Largest
game
college.
has owned the Blues holes.
They really have.
The Blues got them in 2019 in the first round. Great team. Wins per game, probably a favorite in that series.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since then, wins per game has owned the Blues holes.
They have trouble with Connor and with Scheifele.
Nice. Well, Scheifele's line, oh boy, last night, all over the place.
Yeah, they always seem to get the Blues.
Well, you want to give up?
No, you don't give up. You pull yourself up by the bootstraps is what you do.
You got a little revenge mission against those Coyotes. They come to town on Thursday night, and that'll wrap up the homestand.
Yeah.
See you boys later. Jackson, you set that the over-under at 5 for the total points of the homestand, and now you got a critical game on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, these Coyotes, there's something.
How about that analysis?
Gotta go out and start getting greasy early. I don't know.
Well,
Set
you
the
try to
tone.
get greasy goals. I don't know that you just want to get greasy in general.
The more I watch, the more I realize how little I know.
Boys were getting in a couple near scraps, as close as you really get to scraps in 2023 hockey last night. There were a few of those, too.
I don't remember the last time I saw a real good fight.
Like an actual where two guys line up against each other. I don't know either.
I don't think I've seen one this year.
Is that kind of gone out of the
young.
game? Have teams stopped wasting a roster spot on an enforcer?
Wow, you're coming after Ryan Reeves.
God, Kelly Shea's not going to be happy about that.
Chaser's
Well,
going
he
to text
doesn't
in.
play anymore, so I'm saying is that maybe every team had an enforcer on the team.
Yeah.
Do the Blues really have an enforcer?
No. Haven't for a couple years.
Guys will scrap to stick up for another player or something, but
Doesn't happen often.
yeah.
Shen, maybe every now and then. Bortuzzo, Bortz.
Call him Bortz, Bobby Bortz.
Beyond that, that's about it.
Doug Sonny was in the craw of Lowry and Barron last night. What was Sonny doing?
Just mixing it up. Trying to inspire his team to start making some tape-to-tape passes. Play a 200-foot game.
Got to create some penalties, boys. But you got to keep the puck in their zone in order to do it, eh?
What you need to do is throw a lot of rubber on the net.
Nice.
That's always something that's befuddled me, where you get late in the game and you're down by a goal or two, and you'll hear the announcers and the analysts say, well, now they just need to shoot everything. Whenever you get a chance, shoot. Shouldn't that always be the game plan? Wouldn't you want to do that all the time? Whenever you get a chance, shoot, put it on the net? Why is that desperation saved for just the last couple of minutes of a game when you're behind?
I told you. That's what happens when you go to the net. That's what happens when you want to play hard. That's what you do when you have the want to.
Thank you, Big Al.
Here you go.
See, he knows puck.
You don't even watch the damn games. Let the grown-ups talk puck, scrote.
Oh.
That's some big tough.
Gosh.
That's why I asked a question. I didn't say I knew it was going on. I asked, do they still have an enforcer on a team?
Hey, Tim, Peter Zezel might have banged out my mom at Brentwood back when I was like 5. Thanks. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves.
Does his family know that he talks about them like that?
And now he's got his mom in it.
Yeah. I mean, would that go over in a lot of families?
3 open nets, 0 goals. It's a disgrace that Tim was there and they lost. Thanks. That's Steve Wildwood.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple games this year.
They owed you more than that.
And I think they've been their two most, and I say this, and I want to emphasize, don't send any texts about it, 2 most lopsided home losses.
Oh.
Did you
Well,
go
what
last
else is
night?
lopsided?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
It was like a time warp.
Did you get a sweater? I was looking at Twitter.
Gosh.
Did you get a vintage sweater?
I did not. I was kind of surprised. We got there like at 6:50. I would have thought we'd be good.
God.
Well, I mean, I'm not that upset
I
about
know,
it.
but this has got to stop. If you're going to give stuff
wow.
if you're going to give stuff away, like the Cardinals, you know.
I had a 6-year-old with me who wasn't that upset about it, but I'm glad you're sticking up for us.
Well, I mean, if you say we're going to give them away and...
Well, they say first 12,000 people, so we weren't one of the first 12,000.
Well, you shouldn't do that. I mean, if you know there's going to be 16, 17, 18,000 there, then give that many away.
Well, additional costs, and then you lose revenue because the earlier people get there, the more they spend on concessions. Doug, push and pull. Push and pull. I can't get it colder in here, Plowhawk. You instructed me yesterday. You're my Seth Goldcamp.
I mean,
can't. It is Doug. They're smoking us out of our holes.
So is it
and they're
all the way
sweating us.
turned this way?
So I'm turning clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise.
There's nobody here yet, so we'll just...
Yeah, so you had it on high heat. There you go.
Well, that should help.
That's going to do it.
Oh, gosh.
Oof.
So, yeah,
What happens when we leave? Somebody comes in and they're trying to smoke us out of our holes.
Yeah, like moles?
I walked in here and it was an oven. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Ooh, I feel like I can feel already the temperature change. Thank you, Plowhawk. Seth Goldcamp, Plowhawk, Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. Yeah, you can open the door. That might help, too, if you want to get that furnace tuned up. But, God, is it going to be 80 today? That's what they had been showing.
87.
87? I see 81 on my phone. Okay. Hell, I don't know.
Alexa said 87 yesterday.
But nothing but 60s over between now and next Friday. I mean, we're approaching Thanksgiving. Doug, we're 2 weeks from Thanksgiving tomorrow.
I see 84 degrees. Oh, never mind. That's Dallas. Never mind.
Oh, you going to Dallas?
I see 81 today.
Southwest at 85, so...
All right.
That's good, because I'm spending all day moving like I have the last 2 days, and it'd be rough if it was like 30 degrees.
But it's like 10 feet away. The weather should be a factor.
But still, you're going in and out. It's 30 degrees, but it's 80, so it's nice.
Okay.
Put on a pair of flip-flops, short
You about got the move done?
No, I've got... pretty much finished my dining room where I have all my knickknacks. Patty wax, give the dog a bone.
This old man came rolling home.
Very nice.
My closet almost done. Cletus, thank God, he's gone. I said, you want 100 books? He goes, yes. Because he reads a lot. So I said, good, coming over today and I'll box up my 100 books. You can have those. That'll save room. And
What about the Playboys?
I've sold them.
You did sell
I'm
them?
going to sell them. I just put up yesterday 100 Playboys. Somebody give me $40 and come pick them up.
And someone did that?
I'm picking them up today.
Huh.
So thank God I make a little bit of money and I get them out of my house. I don't just have to throw them in the dumpster.
I can't wait to see what guy is driving to a Maryland Heights
Maybe I'll take a
apartment
picture. We need
buying
Yeah.
stacks of old Playboys.
Maybe I'll say, you want to go Facebook Live with this, buddy?
I mean, that guy got it.
Oh, God.
He's seen some things.
Yeah, so those are $4.
Buried some pretties.
Yeah.
So I'm getting there. Just, I have a dolly that Tina Meyer let me borrow. So all I do is I just put a box in the dolly and just cram it with the stuff I'm going to move. And then I move it over there and I roll the dolly back.
Well,
and,
that's how most people move, yeah.
Well, if I didn't have a dolly, I'd be carrying it by hand. But so yesterday I'm bringing the dolly by, and right by the stairs going upstairs is a banister. God forbid somebody would not have a nail sticking out of the banister.
Uh-oh.
And I just kind of was driving by and just nailed it.
Got your hand.
Right through my hand.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's a...
It could be a case for Brown and Crouppen. I don't know. It was a personal injury.
Yeah.
If you are injured, have a personal
Yes.
injury due to someone else's negligence,
Maybe
you know
I'll
who to
call
call. Brown and Crouppen. Andy was in here just yesterday talking with us. Fabulous guy, as is his father, Terry Crouppen, and Ed Herman, the other principal of the law group. Great people. Long-time St. Louisans, been around this law firm for 44 years now. They are a local law firm. Don't be confused by these guys who come in from out of town and tell you that they want to be on your side and all this. Brown and Crouppen have been here forever, since 1979, if that counts as forever, and for a law firm, I suppose it is. These are guys who know the local courts, they know all the other local attorneys and the judges. They are the people that you would want on your side. Also one of the largest personal injury law firms in the entire Midwest. They'll give you a free evaluation if you cut your hand like Iggy just did. Maybe you have a little bit bigger case than that, but whatever it might be, they'll give you a free evaluation. They work on a contingency basis. No upfront cost to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid, and they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. This is where you go. If you have any kind of personal injury case, Brown and Crouppen is the local law firm that you need to know about. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
We have an app contest going on. Open up your TMA mobile app and enter keyword Hootie to win tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Doug, that's Saturday, June 1st, on the Summer Camp with Trucks tour with special guests Collective Soul and Edwin McCain.
Oh, be
Good
darned.
show.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw Darius Rucker last summer out at Centene. He was great.
Yeah.
He can warble.
Fantastic. Yes, he can.
Is Darius with Hootie?
Doug?
I would think.
You would think so to call him Hootie and the Blowfish, but he has a solo career now.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could do both.
I mean, I'd like
Both
to know.
of them.
I'm not sure I'd go see Hootie and the Blowfish without Darius, but
Well,
lot of
I'm
people
sure they're
will.
good.
yeah, I guess he would be there, else they wouldn't call it Hootie and the Blowfish.
This has to stop. How am I going to get free stuff from listeners to sell on Facebook if people will show up 10 minutes before game time, can't get free stuff for me? That's from Beer Cats, Doug. He won Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month in January.
Well, I don't know. I worry about if it's mine, what I do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You people all seem to be enamored with what I do with stuff that I own. It's really sad.
People are enamored by that.
Well, every time I turn around, somebody, hey, you selling that? Why don't you donate it?
I'm with you, though, on not having enough giveaways for everybody. I understand they do it for the money, but it just seems kind of cruel in a way to so many of the fans who show up brokenhearted that they don't get this stuff. They think they're going to,
How am I going to look my son in the eye?
and tell them you don't. Yeah,
And tell
imagine
him
how
he
many
can't
people.
get that 4X jersey that he'd use as a blanket.
Well, there was a time, probably 4 years ago, my sister, Kelly, from the Friendly Confines, came in town for a week, and she brought Steve. Her husband didn't come, but my two nieces came. And they'd never been to a baseball game. So I got us 4 tickets, and she wanted to see Ballpark Village because she's never been there before, so we went and had a drink in Ballpark Village. We got to the stadium, the gate right by Ballpark Village, probably a half hour before the game, all out of the jerseys.
Oh, no.
And they wanted a jersey.
Yeah.
All out of them. And a half hour before the game. Now, it's no big deal, but the Blues, I'm sure it's a little different because you don't have people buying 80 tickets to a Blues game to get all these jerseys. But the Cardinals, they do. There's always like a $4 ticket for these, and
it's just
people
a real
buy 80
attractive game.
tickets.
It's an attractive game for people to go to, and they get there 2 hours before and line up around the block to make sure they get them.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're buying 80 tickets to do it. They just want it for themselves.
Not the Blues game, but the Cardinals game.
Even
they
the
are.
Cardinal games.
Chris Araby made a prediction, Doug. I don't know if we're going to let him cash his ticket. He said, here comes the not enough giveaway for his family story. It's Chris Araby.
Okay.
Well, it tied into what we were talking about, so yeah, I will tell it again. Sorry.
I like the idea if you're going to have a giveaway, everybody gets one.
I agree. I always do, because if I'm at the game. Because the media gets all this stuff. But I feel bad for the people that you say, no, they do say first 25,000. But still, why don't you say everybody gets one? And if you don't get rid of them all, then use them for another giveaway some other time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Is that a new report?
That's not
that's
necessarily
an old
new.
one. We don't know.
It's been going on a long time.
No, I've told it before, so.
Remember when I was a kid, they used to have bat day. You ever go to bat day where they actually hand you a bat?
Oh, yeah.
Hats for bats.
Everyone got a bat.
And I used them in Corey League.
And then people would hold them up, and then it got to wait. Every now and then a bat would find its way on the field or hit someone next to you. They said, all right, that's it for bat day.
Hey, Tim, my family once came in town from Kirkwood and went to a game, and I don't think they got a giveaway either. It's from the birthday hawk.
And what's your point?
What is your point, Hawk?
And what's your point?
How are the sports? Are they great?
They're great, yeah.
How does the rest of Hubbard feel about Ken turning the radio station into his own winter warm-up drop-off? First, it was smelly scallops, then his dirty clothes. Pretty soon, he's going to show up with his fingernail clippings and offer them to innocent bystanders. Some little Tommy Tribbins who sees it all out from the parking lot.
Well, I hope you fall off your bike.
No.
Oh, I like the scallops, by the way.
I mean, I don't know why I try to do nice things and you people poo-poo on them, man. None of those things I get Plowsy say have ever been worn, so I wouldn't give Plowsy worn clothes.
Oh. What'd you do with the clothes, Plowsy?
They're sitting right next to me.
Yeah, they're going to go to Goodwill. Thank you for doing that if you're not going to wear them.
No, I will because I mean we like.
No,
we
there's stuff in there you probably won't wear.
Can't you wear one today?
I already got my fit on.
Okay.
Stop talking about yourself! Ah! That's from Brian Henson. He's losing his mind in Indianapolis.
Well, he says the same thing every day. I'm pretty sure somebody made a comment about me, so I answered it. So if you just want me to have 3 hours of dead air from my mic, I can do that. That's the only way I won't talk. If somebody brings up something, I'm not allowed to say something. But you type the same thing every day, Henson. Why don't you shut up?
No, oh, gosh, right back at it.
Send your emails in. Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. We have war here today. So far, no repeat winners in the month of November. The Calcified Ear, the Fancy Gentleman, Amanda Groin, JV golf coach, and Blueberry Pop Pop all have won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is online at DesignAirService.com. Get your furnace tuned up because these 80s and 70s and 60s temperatures, Doug, they're just not going to last forever. But I'm enjoying it while we got it, I can tell you that. Segment 1 needs to be called Iggy Talks. And Talks. And Talks. That's from Larry Thornton, Doug, and he'll be at Missouri, Tennessee this Saturday.
Probably so.
Or we can call it Larry Thornton Text and Text and Text and Text. It doesn't work.
Doug, our show is now affecting other shows, and it might be a problem.
Oh, what have we done now?
It's got nothing to do with the cassettes or the Goodwill Creve Corps office that's opened up.
Well, what is it?
It's the show that is the most successful show in the building, not according to my dad's ratings. He has his own ratings. But it's the Riz Show, and I have not heard this audio, but it was brought to my attention. I said to Jackson, I don't know where it is, but if you can find it, see. And he says, it's always tough to find audio from the Riz Show, but Jackson, what were you able to do?
What do you do?
We got a little audio from yesterday's show, the Riz Show, where Rafe seemed to be a tad tardy from the break. He claims to be talking to someone in the building, and he doesn't say it by name, but I think some deductions could be made.
Deductions can be made. All right, let's take a listen. This is the Riz Show.
Happy birthday, Riz. You're listening to the Riz Show.
Where's Rafe?
time, man.
He's always getting accosted in the break room. The guy can't walk through the hallways without.
Can you go and get Rafe? Tell him the contest that he is doing.
Radio works
is on
time.
right now.
On time. It's okay. He's new. It's been 9 months.
I can run it.
Nice music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hand it over. Let's
ask
rip
him.
this.
Where you at? No, we're all capable of doing it. We're all capable of reading headlines that are fake news of Florida. Oh, there he is. Oh, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, Rafe Williams. Hi, first day on the radio.
All right, man.
Who are you talking to in the hallway?
The joyous guy.
Really?
Now what you got to say, Riz?
No, not really.
The man with the
I just thought that
man.
might get me off the hook.
No.
Somebody from the bowling thing. I was on my way in, and he's like, "Hey, saw you bowling." We got into a bowling
Just
conversation.
say, I have work to do.
And you know what's crazy? Is the thing I was talking about is how I love bowling as an event because it gives you an out when you want to stop talking to people. Because you can be like, "Oh, sorry, I got to roll."
Is this another radio person?
Sort of.
I'm on air?
Doug.
I don't know. Maybe.
They should know better.
All right.
They should know better.
All right.
I'm having a tough time getting over this.
We're going to get you a... Hey, you know what? We're going to get you a salami. You're going to be all right.
Dude.
All right, there's hot salami to be had. All right, fine.
The Rizzuto Show.
Nice.
Who do you
were they
suppose he was
talking
talking to about bowling?
Had to have been Courtney.
It was Courtney?
It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me.
Well, who was it?
I don't know. I'm more upset that we were raving about Joy's yesterday. They didn't bring us any sandwiches.
Like this is a classic redirect.
It wasn't me. I didn't
So
see
Rafe
I
went
didn't see
into the
Rafe
break
yesterday.
room and talked bowling with someone who
He
was
would've
late to
he
get
would've
back to
said,
his own
Iggy,
show.
he wouldn't have said.
Doug Hubbard, St. Louis is lousy with bowlers.
It really is.
No, he wouldn't have said. Oh yeah, kinda works here. I mean, he wouldn't have said that about me.
Well, who else would it have been?
I didn't see Rafe yesterday. I don't know.
I thought you said you talked to Rafe yesterday.
Oh, Jackson.
Oh, I thought maybe I had confusing my days, but I thought you said I was talking to Rafe in the break room.
Not yesterday.
All right, maybe it was Monday.
Well, get him in here and ask what he's talking about. I guarantee it wasn't
Now he's
me.
going to be late again.
Well, can you go?
Are they
in
on
and
a break
ask?
right now? Can we hear them pissing?
They're definitely not on a break.
Have you been engaged in a lot of bowling chatter?
No.
I brought Kegler's cornerback, and it was like the talk of the town.
I didn't talk to anybody about bowling. I didn't go. I was asked to bowl, and I had to tell Marty no because I don't bowl anymore.
KG in O-Town just said open eye emojis.
Yeah. Maybe he's talking about you, KG. He said kind of works here.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't see the sniper. There he is. His name's Ken.
Guys, Doug notoriously never shuts the F up about bowling, so I bet it was him. That's from Brian Ensign.
Yeah. I can't get enough of the kegling talk. Well, but if you're in the break room, you do talk to whoever comes in.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
do.
Small chits.
But I don't even think I was in the break room yesterday till after the show. Because I didn't get another cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I walked out of here twice to go smoke at breaks. I wasn't in the break room.
Are there other shows that you've been disrupting as well?
No, I talked to Courtney. Courtney told me she had a whole segment about my cassettes.
Oh, do we have that?
I don't.
I tried my damnedest to find it. If I don't have these are 4-hour shows. If I don't have any time codes,
they don't
it's
do
tough.
show notes like you do, where it says what we talked about. They just have a whole podcast. It's just the whole show's listed in one thing.
Like with the Riz show, I knew because it was late for a break, so I knew to find breaks any moment they were coming back.
Nice,
during a
Jackson. Boy,
return.
that's grid deductive reasoning. Probably scored a 30, what do you think, 32 on his ACT?
They have. Yeah.
28.
I'm going to tell Rafe to come in
But I had
next
extra
time they
time.
take a break. So I'm going to
We'll send him a
verify
text.
that he wasn't talking about me.
Can I please bet the entirety of my net worth, including all of my future earnings, on the fact that it was 100% obviously Iggy? That's Mario in Chicago. He's at war with the Henschel family.
I also have a development on the cassettes.
Oh.
What's that?
So you'll notice that they're not sitting on the table.
Where are they now?
Well, there were only like 4 left yesterday.
I sent you all an image. I did not do this. I just witnessed
Is this a text?
the aftermath. Yeah, I sent all of you a text. Should be coming in here in a moment. I saw
This is
it. I
a
did
big
not.
moment.
I didn't do it. I didn't witness who did it, but I saw the aftermath.
Well, what happened?
Has anybody gotten the text? I haven't gotten the text.
I got it.
You got it. What do we got?
Yeah, they're in the trash.
The cassettes are in the trash.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do with them? I mean, there's only like 5 of them, and I brought like 40-something in, so somebody enjoyed the cassettes.
Riverside is in there.
What's in there?
Oh, boy. They are absolutely in the trash.
Swing Out Sister is in
Well, I
there.
don't blame you for throwing that one
Is
away.
that Breakout? They sing Breakout?
I don't know.
Oh, Joe Sample's in there too. It's a shame. Joe Sample's a good tape.
Yeah. Marianne Faithful?
God, you threw Marianne Faithful.
Who wouldn't want that? Who the hell is Marianne Faithful?
Broken English. She used to date Mick Jagger.
This is so sad. It's got to be like what it's like as a parent when your 4-year-old just stares into your eyes and tells you something you know they're lying about. It's from KGNO2.
Well, I suppose it is up to Rafe to get back on time. We don't know his schedule. If someone says hi to him and, starts talking about picking baby splits or the 710 or
You ever get upset when I'm late for a break like that? Looking for me?
Doug's pretty pissed.
Really?
Kerry Ware Davis is a regular at Dick Weber Lanes in North County. It's a big old fan.
Well, the video of those guys bowling were all over the place. They were on the point, on Learns, on K-Shees.
What was there? Was a bowling event?
The Metallica takeover. They bowled against the Metallica roadies. That's the one Marty asked me to bowl.
Okay.
And I said, I haven't picked up a ball in 6 years. You don't want me bowling.
Well, couldn't you do it just for the good of the station?
No, but I haven't picked up a ball in 6 years.
Probably no one else has either.
Yeah, but I have a reputation as a good bowler. I don't want to make a fool of myself.
Oh, God.
But, I mean, there's videos all over of Rafe bowling, of Learn throwing strikes and picking splits, and Marty Link, and so there could have been anybody talking to him about bowling.
Learn was picking up splits?
Yeah, she picked up, God, what was it? 1367, I think.
Did she pick a 1367?
I'm trying to picture in my mind. 1367.
So she's a pretty good bowler.
I know, she bowled a 128. I think it was a high on her team.
Oh, 128 was the highest?
On her team, yeah.
Guy Shea Build-A-Bear was on the fast lane yesterday. Could have been him. That's from Manute Bowl eligible. He was in the building.
Shea Build-A-Bear was?
According to Manute Bowl eligible. It's a good get.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should just get in and out of the break room quickly and not disturb any of the other talent.
I wonder who it was.
Keep our head and our eyes down.
I mean, there are only so many people who could fit the category as Rafe described.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he was protecting them by saying he wasn't sure if they were on air or not.
Probably taking a dump.
Oh, you think so?
Oh.
Or he could have been talking about one of the producers that, when you say is he on air, kinda. Could have been a producer.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying it could have been Jackson?
In that category?
I don't know.
Going up and down the hallway.
ESPN's the only one that's got a producer, I think, during the show. Most producers are.
But Rockio's running the board, so he's in the studio.
Yeah, but I thought yesterday I saw a producer sitting in that room
before
where
9 o'clock.
Ryder usually says. Yeah, there's usually
Ryder's
nobody
vacationing
there.
in the Hamptons.
Yeah, there's usually nobody there for the morning show, but there was somebody sitting in there yesterday.
Hi, Bradford.
But I've done things like
No, I know Bradford.
drilling holes from the men's side over to the women's side.
Porta potty guy.
Good morning, Grant.
Good morning, Grant. When I was leaving yesterday, Doug, what time did I leave yesterday? About 1:30. Good morning, Grant was walking in. I guess he could have been coming back from lunch. So wouldn't have been Good Morning Grant.
Well-dressed Tony?
Oh, yeah, well-dressed Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a salesperson.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say well-dressed Tony.
KGNO Town says he's having Jody pull the tapes and he'll let us know what he finds. So we are going to actually get the information.
Bucks Folk probably has it already.
Well, Jody doesn't know who you are. You'll have to introduce yourself.
Oh.
Learn said the person talking to Rafe accosted people all the time. Was that in that audio?
I didn't hear that.
That's from the 314.
Well, someone's getting dragged. I just don't know who it is.
It's not hard. Find the time Rafe was out and check the times Ken was out. That's from the Illsider.
Yeah, that's not hard.
Well, do it then if it's not that hard. I hate when people go, it's not that hard, just do it. Well, okay, do it then.
Sure, go in, stop their
We don't
show,
care
ask them
enough.
exactly
If you
what
care
time.
enough, go do it.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite thing that's ever said.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, just do it. It's like, shut up, ass.
It was
Yeah,
towards
it's
the
not-
end of the show.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Why don't you go do it?
Illsider, can you go do it? Thank you.
Yeah, just
I'm
go
sure
listen to their
Illsider's
shows,
a-
see when they take a break, and then come listen to our show and see when we take a break.
I'm sure
it's
he's
not that
a
hard.
good
Go do
dude.
it.
There was less than an hour left in their show when this happened.
Well, James was in yesterday, right?
No.
No, okay, Monday. Okay.
What time
We
did the
had-
two guys come in yesterday?
Doug, the two guys.
9:22.
9:22.
9:23.
Mm-hmm.
and Iggy was in and out.
You were in and out during that segment.
But I went out to smoke.
you
I
had
didn't go in the break.
time
I
on
went out
your
to smoke. I didn't
hand.
go into the break room.
It's as simple as this. Did you talk to Rafe yesterday? If the answer is no, then...
Well, I already said no.
Then it absolves him, Doug.
Yeah.
And that's
Someone
a confident no.
That is.
And maybe Rafe really wasn't talking to anybody. He uses the thing I use all the time when I'm late. I was talking to Courtney. I was talking to them.
And you're
maybe
lying
he made
about
it
that?
up and told Rafe I was talking to somebody in the break room. He's talking to the Joys guy. And then all of a sudden, somebody else came up. And then I was talking to somebody about bowling.
I would think, unless it's your boss you're talking to, there's really not much of an excuse to not get back on time.
Whoa,
if you're saying it was my
whoa.
boss I was talking to, well, okay, that kind of trumps it. If it's anybody else, then you got to scurry back and get there on time.
So, Higgs, you're saying that sometimes you're not truthful when you're saying... When you're
Well, I
talking.
am. But maybe he just used my excuse that he was talking to somebody. He could have just left it at Joyous. I mean, it's no big deal. You were talking to a sponsor.
You tried that.
Rafe was probably just playing in the bathroom floor brine. That's from Long Balls.
I don't think
You think like a sprinkler on a hot day?
No.
Just like sitting in it like a kiddie pool.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to go check and see if King Scott's mic's not on.
You'll find out.
I'll ask King Scott to tell Rafe to come in when they take a break.
Look at this. Look at this, Doug.
This is going to cause more trouble.
No, I want the listeners to know it wasn't me.
Yeah, but we're going to
Lauren
take him
said
away
it,
from
the
his
audio.
show.
Replay it. That's from the 314.
She said it was Iggy?
No, she said whoever was talking to Rafe accosts people all the time.
Well, I don't accost people all the time.
But
I mean,
don't go disrupt their show again.
If King Scott's mic is not on, I can go in the room and tell him. And as far as Learn, I see Learn maybe once every 3 weeks in here. So I'm not accosting her.
He's going to bop on down to that other studio.
I hope King Scott given just a heartfelt like story and
God almighty. English Sue, Doug. I don't recall English Sue, but it's great to have another female listener.
Yeah.
Boy, Plowsy gets really fired up with anyone suggesting that Pepper and Jeannie might have to do a little work. That's from English Sue.
it's pointless work that one guy wants to know. We don't care. Like the thing is, like that work doesn't help anybody but Ilside, and so Ilside can do it on his own. Like if it's in terms of my actual job, then yes, I will take initiative and do it. But Ilside wants us to do it because he's too lazy, and no one on the dais really cares the exact time Rafe and Iggy. It's a fun little story until, you know, a pointless story becomes like work. Mm-hmm. And then Ilside can do that on his own and get credit for it. I don't care enough to do it. There's the answer.
Now, Stephen Wildwood has sent a screenshot of a direct message he sent to Rafe. Rafe has not responded yet, but he is asking if Iggy was the one he talked to about bowling in the break room yesterday.
Okay.
Doug, we're going to try to get to the bottom of it.
I mean, now that Iggy's out, it's obvious it's Iggy, right? Like, I mean, I love the guy, but like, it's. I mean, all the signs are pointing right at Ken.
Maybe not.
And I love the
if
guy.
they just had a bowling event somewhere, maybe not.
All right. I didn't know there was a bowling event.
I didn't either.
I saw Rafe after both of our shows yesterday. And after Balloon Party as well. Ladies
Here
and gentlemen,
he is.
back is Ken Strode. Michelob Ultra Studios, Doug, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates.
Sorry, I was talking to somebody in the break room.
Oh,
nice. That's a bit.
Callback.
No, King Scott's mic is on, so I can't go in there. Listeners, no.
They're about to get dressed down, aren't they?
No. I know a lot of times you text into the Riz Show telling them what we're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
So why don't you text into the Riz Show and say the morning after is talking about Rafe, they want him to come in at a break. Then Rafe will get the message.
Man, we are really playing a game here.
That's our show, is to have listeners text other shows.
I'm just texting Rafe. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, I should have done that too.
I think that's
No,
the move.
that's St. Louis U High shining bright again. Letting him know he's being summoned by Iggy.
I bet you're going to love
For a
this.
dressing down.
No, I just want him to come in and say.
So what stations were involved in the bowling thing?
I think just KC and the point.
Okay. So then it could have been AD.
Well, it could have been anybody who watched the video and asked him about his bowling. Yeah. I mean, somebody from the Arts, somebody from WL, somebody from ESPN. They could have been watching the video and said, "Hey, I saw you bowl pretty well."
I want to rehear the audio to hear, learn. How hard is that?
No.
It's from the 314.
Well, go listen to it.
I mean, it's
105.7 The Point, Riz Show. Go listen to it from
It's
yesterday.
a minute and a half. Do we have to play a minute and a half? I mean, I guess I can just open it and just plop it in the middle of the.
Yeah, how hard is that?
I love that callback, though, Doug. That actually is.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna.
And again, Riz
here.
Learn didn't mention
We're
my
all
name.
capable of reading headlines that are fake news of Florida. Oh, there he is. Oh, hi. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, Rafe Williams. Hi. First day on the radio.
All right, man.
Who are you talking to in the hallway?
The joyous guy.
Really?
Now what you got to say, Riz?
No,
the,
not really.
the man with the, the
I just thought
sandwich
that
man.
might get me off the hook.
No.
Somebody from the bowling thing. I was on my way in, and he's like, "Hey, saw you bowling." We got into a bowling
Just
conversation.
say, I have work to do.
And you know what's crazy? Is the thing I was talking about is how I love bowling as an event because it gives you an out when you want to stop talking to people. Because you can be like, "Oh, sorry, I got to roll."
Is this another radio person?
Sort of.
I'm on air?
I don't know. Maybe.
They should know better.
All right.
They should know better.
All right.
I guess maybe it was before that. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say.
Well, there you go.
Wow, that was worth it.
Well, I mean, his answer was, are they on air? I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm on the air.
There you go. So is this Good Morning Grant?
I don't know who to blame anymore.
Grant wasn't here when we were on Balloon Party.
Yeah,
See, when he
I saw
brought
him
up-
coming in at 1:30, but he could have been out on lunch or something.
You brought up bowling. I just assumed he was taking a shot at Iggy. I did not know, however, that they did like some bowling videos. Or, like that changes it a lot.
Yeah.
And he
Then
said,
it could be really anyway.
and he said, the person said, "Hey, I saw you at the bowling thing." Well, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't have seen him at the bowling thing. And he said, and if you want to get out of a conversation, start talking bowling. That won't get me out of a conversation. I love talking bowling. So 0 for 3.
Yeah, sounds to me like you're in the clear.
You cut off learn. That's from the total package.
How hard was that, Plowsy?
I think they're saying that like maybe I cut it off when I cut the clip.
Doug, you've been very
come on,
critical of the edit
Jackson.
points.
Well, they said, and we got some hot salami, so like, you want salami talk? Like that was the meat and the
Don't worry,
potatoes
Jackson.
of it.
Don't apologize to these people for what you cut off.
I will gape that Grant. That's from the recovering alcohol.
Gosh.
Poor Grant. Couldn't be a nicer, more professional young man. All of a
Here
sudden.
comes Rafe.
Rafe is coming into the studio. Rafe is coming into the studio. Huge moment, Doug. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the Michelob Ultra Studios the great Rafe Williams of the Riz Show.
My wallet?
That is. You like that?
Nice.
Iggy, we
the-
played this audio, Rafe, from the Riz Show yesterday. You returned back late. Said you were...
Barely.
Yeah, and we played it. Riz was not happy. You did not identify who was talking to you about bowling. The audience, because of Iggy's ties to bowling, assumed it was Iggy.
I'm here to exonerate.
Thank you.
He's going to exonerate Ken Strode.
All right.
Ken's off the hook. It was not Iggy.
Would you like to tell us who it is?
I'm not going to divulge. The person has already told me in the hallway, don't get me yelled at, too.
Oh, gosh.
But here's the thing.
What?
I'm not the only person in that room that comes back a little bit late from a potty break. You know what I mean? I felt like something was going on. I felt like Riz needed a hug yesterday.
Oh, he was in a bad place?
I don't know what was going on with him, man. I felt like maybe some things, his mom's visiting. He's got family in the house. I think maybe he's going through some stuff, guys.
And so he took it out on you.
Yeah, I think, he's going after the biggest guy in the yard type situation.
Right, you send a message.
Just let everybody else know,
Puts Moon and Learn and King Scott on notice.
And, well, then he felt bad because he found the light above our studio is broken. We've had a work order. So, when we're on the air, it doesn't come on. So I was in the hallway right outside the door, but the light wasn't on.
The red light to
The
let
red
people
light
know
that
that
lets
we're on the
me
air.
know that, hey, we're back on the air.
Yes.
Whatever. I'll take my lumps. I got him in a headlock in the office. But it wasn't you, dude.
It was not Ken Strode. What a moment here. And that means
not.
you got Mario from Chicago's entire bankroll. How about that? That's a nice win for you.
People were betting?
$10.
Yeah, people were very confident.
Yeah, I said, look, if it was me talking to Rafe, I would have said, yeah, I talked to Rafe. It's me. But I didn't see Rafe yesterday. And when Rafe, the question was asked, is this person on air? And you said, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you wouldn't have said it about me. I'm on the air.
Yeah. No, I knew the person was on the air. I just didn't want to, You know what I mean? I'm not a narc.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I don't like narcs.
He respects the omerta. That's the thing
That's
about
right.
Rafe. He's not gonna out anybody. I really am having a tough time trying to figure out who it was. But I thought it was just a bowling conversation. I didn't realize it was about the bowling event you guys had.
Yeah, it was, which is a Casey event. Not to give any hints.
I fired a I fired a bullet at a guess, and I think I might have hit. I said AD.
You're getting warmer. But it wasn't AD.
Oh,
the Gentle Giant.
You're getting warm. We're getting hotter.
Well, it's only Jen Williams. I'm sure she wouldn't have stopped you.
That's my cousin. We chatted up quite a bit. But I will
is
say,
that right? Really, like truly your cousin,
no,
or
we
just
have
because
the
of
same
the last name?
So she calls me Cuz. And I tell her. Well, she showed me all of her. We did a remote together, and I saw how I learned a lot about Tinder and a lot about how glad I am I'm not on that app. As she and another gal chastised every man that came across. I was like, wow, you guys are brutal, dude. This is brutal.
She's a sweetheart. I'm glad.
No, she's
on
great.
Casey. She's great.
It was an innocent conversation about a sport that doesn't get enough respect.
Nice. How about that, Iggy? This is a great segment for you.
Hey, man, I put up numbers. I did the best I could there.
You know, I did a bowling show for 20 plus years.
I did not know that, but
Kegler's Corner.
Learn bowled out of her mind. Bowled a 128 on the first game.
that?
I bowled a 153. I'm like, we're rolling, dude.
How about that?
We're taking these roadies from Metallica down. Second game, not so good.
Was that right?
Second game, we kind of, I just think she had an edible and it kicked in.
Marty
Yeah, she had fun.
Link's a good bowler.
Marty's real good.
Yeah. He wanted me on his team. I guess he wanted.
But yeah, I'm here. I got to go so I'm not late again. But I'm exonerating you. And if I'm
Huge
late-
moment, Iggy.
But now if I get yelled at, I am talking to
Yeah,
Iggy. So technically-
talking to all the nitwits in the closet by the bathroom.
Please tell Riz that I'm late for a break every day, and Tim never yells at me.
Well, I trust me. I told him if he ever does it again,
yeah,
live on air.
It's going on. I like that.
I'm just going to tell him it was John Kiowski next time.
And I bet Learn thought it was me because somebody said Learn said he accosts people every day in the break room.
No, she knew, and she kept her mouth shut. She's a good
she
egg.
respects the omerta,
She's a
too.
good egg. All right, I'm out of here. See you.
All right,
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Rafe Williams making a pit stop in, and he exonerates Ken. There it is. How about that?
Sounds like Iggy did it. to me.
Mario in Chicago says, I'll have my people get in touch with your people, Ken. Look forward to working for Sticky Playboy Enterprises, LLC. So you have an employee now.
Oh, just send me a check.
There you go.
I don't want your money, Pandolfo, Mario. I was going to meet him in Chicago, and I never did.
It was great of Ken to prove that he wasn't disruptive to the Riz Show by going down to the Riz Show while on air and making a member of the show come down to your studio. This has to be performance art. No one can be this oblivious. That's from Arbor Day.
Well, actually, buddy, Tim texted Rafe. I went down there, and the light was on, so I didn't bother anybody.
Light must have been fixed. Rafe just said the light
Well,
wasn't.
it's the light in King Scott's office.
Got it.
The other one was off, so I was going to bother King Scott.
It's interesting that Riz wants the people on the show to be back on the show on time. That's from Ron Duguay, was my first crush.
Yeah, it is weird,
Rangers
isn't it,
forward.
buddy? I get bitched at when I talk to tell him to shut up. I can't believe he can't get back from a break on time. Why don't you get in there on time?
The same guy who is wanting us to play this Learn audio has now lost his mind. Jesus Christ, it was at the beginning of the audio. Learn says this person accosts people in the break room all the time.
And we just answered that question if you're listening to the interview. You said,
I'm not
Learn
playing
knows
it
who-
on purpose now, bro.
She said Learn knew who it was, and she
Go
wasn't going to
rewind
out
the
the person
YouTube video.
either. So she wasn't talking about me. So stop with the find Learn. You go find it.
Yeah, if you want to act like a 5-year-old, I'm going to treat you like a 5-year-old, and
No
I'm the
worries.
parent. Like, you can go sit in a corner and, like, stop.
Time out.
Yeah.
Another swing and a miss by the listeners.
Ray, for you, the one who threw the Wishbone-esque cassette away. That's from KG in O-Town.
Now he's out of here, and he doesn't know who you are either.
And then the total package wants to know the hog sitch on the guy in the black
Oh,
shirt.
come on.
The audio of Learn is at the beginning of what you played today. That's the same 314 who really wants.
Again, we're not playing anymore,
We'll play
bro.
anything but that. At this
I think the
like
beginning of it was asking where he was.
I almost want Jackson to cut it from the podcast so the guy never hears it again.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just go turn on the point. She's talking right now if you want to hear her voice.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
Well, that was an important topic to discuss.
It cleared me.
Yeah, you've been exonerated.
Yeah,
What a
it's
huge
huge.
moment.
Of course, the show's all about me, so yeah.
Well, it's going to be all about Greg Warren at 8:30. He's going to be in studio. Jeremy Rutherford, presented by Mark Hanna, at 9 o'clock. And then the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day at 9:45. And then fun on 101 ESPN at 10 o'clock because it's a wide berth Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So we'll figure out.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Yep. Everything's up for snatch grabs on Wide Berth Wednesdays. Just like it is at JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yep, that's Compass Realty. And Jeff Lotman of Compass Realty wants to give our listeners the Compass luxury experience. Luxury, Doug, isn't just about price point.
I wouldn't think so, no.
Matter of fact, it's not about price point. It's about the experience.
Oh, okay.
And he's been doing it for 22 years in St. Louis with $500 million worth of sales. So if you want somebody who knows the St. Louis real estate market, go to JEFFLOTTMANN.com and experience Jeff Lotman. And if you are looking to sell your home, Compass has contacts all over the world. And he is our guy here on this radio/podcast presentation. It's JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, St. Louis. Jackson, tell the people about Circa. Turns out the Circa Millions quarter ended this past week, so my 4-1 doesn't do me any good. And that sucks because I would have been in the hunt. Yeah. With that, but we start up a new quarter this week, I guess. I guess that's what is that a 18-week season, I guess?
It's a 7 or 18-week season, I guess.
Yeah. Tell the people about Circa.
Sure, I'll tell you about Circa.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest sports book in Las Vegas is now available in the great state of Illinois. So if you live here in St. Louis, or if you live in Illinois, just sign up for the Circa Sports app. If you live here in St. Louis, just take the short drive across the river. And if you live in Illinois, you're already ready to go. You just sign up for the Circa Sports app. Looking across some of the lines they got over at Circa, the Celtics, they're coming off red hot tonight. They tip off at 610. They're -2 or -140 on that money line, those tight money line splits over at Circa. Yeah, I like that play. If you're going to wager on a little midweek hoop rock, I don't see why not. I'd go with Circa Sportsbook. Visit circasports.com for more details and get ready to start betting like a pro. If you or someone you know has a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
There you go, and there you go. If you feeling a little sluggish, you haven't been putting on muscle like you used to, or you find yourself putting on weight and you really haven't changed any habits, these are signs of low testosterone. Well. How about we go to Mentality at lowtusa.com. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. The normal range for testosterone is large. And if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. Testosterone therapy helps men regain normal function and restores the ability to perform normally at all levels. Compete at work and at sports like you did years ago with the help of Mentality. Get tested. I've done it. Super easy, in and out within 20 minutes. And then you've got the information that could help you. Go to lowtusa.com. That is Mentality. And think about it while you can. Greg Warren coming up at 8:30. Jeremy Rutherford, two-part questions coming up at 9 o'clock, presented by Mark Hanna. And then the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day at 9:45. This Learn Audio guy is an idiot. She says Rafe was accosted by someone. She didn't say that certain someone is always accosting people. That's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette.
Okay.
So.
Oh, cleared that up.
Doug, that's... Doug, here is Mad Dog. He is now joining Team Plowhawk. Take a listen.
Okay. Go ahead and hit the lever, please, Plowsy.
Who GM this year? Who's the best GM in baseball this year? Chris Young. Did he go to... he went to Princeton. He is an ex-player. He knows what he's doing. Who did Chris Young hire? Bruce Bochy. How does he manage? By the gut. Who's going to the Hall of Fame? Carlos Mendoza or Bruce Bochy? Who's the best? Who's the top 5 managers in the history of the sport? Bruce Bochy, who was unemployed for 3 years because the statistical guy geeks out there who run these teams don't know what they're doing, picking managers.
I'm telling you,
like that?
It's ruined baseball. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to get into it and go on a big rant. I've done that every time. But the analytics, the nerds, the extensive metric stats of velo, exit velocity,
launch angle.
There are now good outs in baseball because of these stats. Like, it blows my mind how any player in Major League Baseball can look like a superstar because they have stats for every little itty-bitty piece of everything. It's so ruined the game. You can argue with me all you want.
No,
I'm not standing by it.
No,
man.
I won't argue because I'm with you. The stupidest of it all is the launch angle. Like the analytics people think they just figure it out just now that if you swing with a slight uppercut, you're more likely to hit the ball in the air. They ran the numbers and figured that out.
Bill.
They lost Jordan Walker for what, 2 months because of that? We need you to launch him. We need you to get the ball in the air. Go down to Memphis and work on that for a couple months.
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit the ball in the air. It's another to think that you really discovered something because you think if you swing with a slight uppercut, like Ted Williams preached for 25, 30 years, you're more likely to hit the ball in the air. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Who would have thought of that without all the computers?
It's hard for me to wrap my head around, needing to go to MIT in order to run a baseball organization, or 90% of the GM, they don't even play baseball or anything. It really does blow my mind where baseball is now because
it definitely had an impact when they ran all the numbers and figured out where everybody is far more likely to hit the baseball, and that led to the shift. And
see, that's smart baseball.
That made major changes in the game. The shift did. But beyond that, I don't know that there's a whole lot of times when, if you had all the analytics in the world, you would do anything different than what they're doing now.
Like, Mike Trout's a Hall of Famer whether you have analytics or just raw numbers.
Yeah.
Like batting average, home runs, RBIs, WAR I do understand. Like, those are fine. Once you get into the X, WAR, C, like, it literally looks like a math equation. That's when I'm out. I'm just out.
It's gone too far when now the pitchers carry a piece of paper in their pocket to look at all the different things that are going on.
Outfielders, fielders do as well, to see exactly where they're going to play every hitter.
Speaking of analytics, ESPN.com this morning ranked their bold predictions from the preseason. Some they certainly got right, but the one on the Cardinals, they acknowledged they couldn't have been more off. And you know what their prediction was, Plowhawk? This is red meat for you, Billy.
I don't know if
Lars Nootbaar hits 30 home runs and makes the National League All-Star team. Nootbaar was a stat-head favorite entering 2023. I wasn't the only one to predict big things from him, but while he hit .261 with a fine .367 OBP, he hit just 14 home runs and 426 at-bats. 3 different stints on the IL didn't help matters. Looking ahead to 2024, I'm not completely giving up on Nootbaar's power potential. As the injuries may have affected him, his average exit velocity fell from 91.7 to 89.1. Yeah, you were observing that exit velocity.
Yeah, you could tell. Man, just watch.
It was down 2 miles per hour. He has elite plate discipline that helps him swing at good pitches, but he may also settle into platoon role unless the Cardinals sort out their glut of outfielders. Lars Nootbaar platoon 2024.
So, literally a year ago, right? When went the world, was it about a year ago? This guy was a can't-miss guy. And he's just a guy. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Platoon is probably right for him. He's not an everyday player.
And there you go, Plowsy. One of the reasons why he didn't have a good year is because his exit velo.
Yeah, again, like, all of these things are proving my point. Like, Lars Nootbaar is the next superstar when he hasn't really proven anything. You just go based upon these, analytics that really... what he may project to do in 162.
Well, the people that run
teams... He's just a
teams,
guy, by the way. He is not great. He's not bad. He's a guy.
Right now he is.
Dylan Carlson, the same way. Those two are one and the same. They're just... We overhype them in our organization, and you kind of reap what you sow. This is, these are the players who they are.
If you could platoon him with a guy who, say they both play half the games, and with a guy that hits 14 and 267... Would you take that? It's 28 home runs, hitting 270, probably 80, 90 RBIs between platoons.
You platoon him and
Edmund. You're operating on the premise that split was 50% of the games.
Yeah, that's what I said. If they played half-half.
Okay, that wouldn't be the way to work, I don't think.
And you'd have Nootbaar hitting the same number of home runs and far less bats. If you're running teams,
if that were the case, then he's a 30 home run hitter and he's not platooning.
But if you're running teams or scouting departments or the GM, you have to make projections on young players. That's the job. You have to do that.
Oh, for sure.
Not many people come up and they're a star right away. Not very many. but some have all the physical traits that you would want. And Nootbaar is one of those guys. He's big, he's fast, he's a positive type personality. He gives you everything he's got. That's what you look for in a player he's got all the tangibles there that you would want. So that's why he's going to get a lot of shots.
Lars Nootbaar, popular one, salt and pepper shaker. The salt and pepper grinder.
I don't think that's it.
And 2, being quote-unquote friends with Shohei Ohtani. Like, those are the 2 most notable things Lord Nootbaar has done in his career, and it's true.
There's more to
He's
it
a
than
good
that.
player,
He's
but
a
he
good
hasn't done
defensive
anything
player.
that wow factor.
He runs well. He hasn't got it totally figured out at the plate.
I said, as of now, the pepper grinder and being friends with Shohei Ohtani are the 2 most influential things he has done on the Cardinals.
I know, but
that's not. It's just he has a lot of time to prove himself, but I mean, he doesn't play enough.
But you know who else didn't have it quite figured out was Randy Arozarena and Adolis Garcia.
I'm not saying he
when the
couldn't
Cardinals
figure it
got
out.
rid of
I
them.
mean, as of now, I completely agree with you. Lars Nootbaar could be a really good player, but the hype was insane.
Yeah, the hype was a little overboard.
Unbelievable last offseason, and you know, like you said, that's kind of what you get. But he's still a good player.
I agree with you with the hype, but I really think he can be a everyday ball player and hit 25, 28 home runs.
Well, the organization doesn't want that because they want to carry 8 outfielders. I mean, like...
Well, wasn't he an everyday player this year?
When he was healthy, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're hurt, you're not playing every day. But I think for the most part, his name was in the lineup almost every night. Unless I'm badly misremembering all
my
that.
point is that he was hurt quite a bit. That's why he had 14 home runs. I think he probably would have hit if he's healthy all year. I think he hits 25, 30.
How many games did he play? You got that stat right there?
I think he probably missed.
I don't have Nootbaar stats.
He had 426 at bats.
Yeah, that's a full season.
Yeah, that's 70-80% of the.
I'm reading it from Baseball Reference.
No, I think you're right, but I don't think that's a full season. I mean, some guys get over 600 at bats a year?
Maybe if you're Pete Rose batting leadoff on a great team, not many get 600 at bats. Not many. Some get 500. How many games did he played? Played 117 games. Yeah, so there was room to get another 20, 25 games in there, I guess.
So it's really an 18 to 20 home run guy, which is
had about the same amount of at bats as Contreras.
Yeah. On base percentage of 367. That's pretty good. And he's good defensively. I'm not saying he's an all-star. I'm saying he's just got the physical talent, the physical tangibles that you look at to think that this guy could be a really good player someday.
My thing is weird because like Jordan Walker should be hyped up as much as Lars Nootbaar was last off. I think Jordan Walker is just about to be a superstar, and he was fantastic last year. But you don't see it enough, I guess. I guess when we got the World Baseball Classic, I guess Lars Nootbaar got all that attention, but I don't know that. I feel like Jordan Walker doesn't get hyped up enough from the fans. I think that he did nationally, but not as much as what Lars Nootbaar was getting. Heck of a platoon guy.
I think you're more than a platoon guy when you're playing 117 games.
I agree. I think he's an everyday player.
I would be very surprised if he's a platoon guy next year for the Cardinals. I just expect them to trade outfielders this year. As in this year, I mean within the next 6 weeks.
I would think he and Walker will be two of the outfielders, and they'll look for another one to be a regular outfielder. That'd be my guess.
Fight Cardinals, beat Cubbies?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
What was Jordan Walker's stats last year compared to Nootbaar's?
Well, have you got him right there?
About the same, I think.
I actually like everything about that sentence.
Jackson might be on the verge.
No, luckily they're like right on top of each other on Baseball Reference.
Ooh, okay.
420 at bats.
About the same amount of at bats, same amount of exact number of games played. Nootbaar with a few more, actually 40 more plate appearances. Walker had more hits, more home runs, and more RBIs.
But how many? I mean, is it
2 more home runs and 5 more RBIs?
What about on base percentage?
OBP was 342 for Walker, 367 for Mr. Nootbaar.
They're about the same.
Similar years.
We're hyping Walker as a superstar, and Nootbaar's shouldn't be playing every day.
Well, Jordan Walker 21, and those stats are with 40 less at bats. So I mean, to me, it's significant just because it's his first year in the bigs, and he's 21 years old. Yeah. So the hype would extend because he's not even in prime, whereas Lars Nootbaar right now should be in a prime. Yeah.
Change the damn subject!
Oh, gosh.
It's from the 314.
Me.
We want to get back to Iggy talking to someone at another radio station?
Yeah, what do you want?
Let's go back to Learn Talk and how I always accost people in the hallways.
How many have you accosted?
I don't accost anybody. I just talk.
Have you ever put your hands on another employee?
Nope.
Show me on the doll where the radio host touched you.
But off. Why are the two guys who boast about not watching the Cardinals giving their analysis of the Cardinals?
Because
Lady
analytics.
Sonia's teacup.
Analytics give me and Iggy the ability to think we know baseball. That's what the nerds do. They throw numbers out on a piece of paper, and we don't need to watch them anymore. We see all the stats right here. That's what they want.
Well, there's
We
something
can now
to
watch
that.
a game for 5 years and know more about baseball than you.
Why do I want to watch that product?
Hey, come on.
I'll watch it when Mo's gone.
Oh, he's got to leave before you watch the Cardinals again?
I mean, if he's not going to spend significant money and get actual players in here, I mean...
Well, it's not his money, remember?
Look, if you put it on a channel I can actually watch, I would watch it. I don't have Bally's. Bailey's.
What channel would you like it to be on?
Call it right once it
One that
actually
I
is out
have.
of bankruptcy.
How do they know?
Put it on Amazon, put it on Hulu, put it on ESPN, put it somewhere, Fox Sports 1, put it somewhere I can watch it.
I don't think I understand bankruptcy. How are they still...
That's a different subject.
How are they still active? How are they still able to charge people and collect money when they owe... I just
Payroll
don't
nearly
understand
$200 million last year.
What's up?
Their payroll before they traded everybody.
Oh,
toward
I
the
said
end of the year.
Bailey. I said Bailey's. How are they? How are they still a functioning business when they're bankrupt? Like, I guess I'm dumb, but like I thought that meant you had no money and you could no longer like.
I guess they're going deeper and deeper into debt, and then they'll try to get out of debt in court.
I just don't get how that's possible. They're charging people money, they're collecting money, they're not paying teams, and they're still able to function as a business. It's so weird.
They are paying some teams. They decided not to pay a couple. Padres. For keeping an eye on the situation.
I wish they wouldn't pay the Brewers, the Brewers and the Cubs and the Reds. Stop paying those, please.
If I was those teams not getting paid, I'd say, why aren't you not paying us, but you're paying the Cardinals? Why don't you take a month and don't pay them and give us money?
Yeah.
I would be pissed off if I was a team not getting money.
Well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
Guys, the name the Cardinal fans need to know is Victor Scott. If he stays on pace, he could be in the outfield next year. Ask John Denton about him. Doug, he is tearing up the Arizona Fall League. Is that for the Scottsdale Scorpions?
I don't know their nickname, but he's a speedy runner type.
18 stolen bases.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's not that many.
Fifth round
Well,
pick.
we'll keep an eye on him.
It's not 162 games, though, in the Arizona
He's
Fall
just in
League.
Arizona. He's got
Right.
18? No. Because I know he's kind of a throwback to the 80s Cardinals.
Ooh, give me that.
Hit it in the gap and run and steal bases and that kind of player.
Man, dude, yeah, he's damn 194 stolen bases in 132 games.
Last year he had 94?
And 2 leagues. Yeah, it's like in 2023 like it just compiled.
Yikes.
Well, if you can steal bases, you pretty much got a job on a team. Look at Billy Hamilton.
And that's not even the 18th, not even
Billy
counting the 94.
Guy hit 210 and played every day.
Sliding Billy Hamilton? You're going back 100 years now?
No, the guy on the Reds.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
I think he stole.
Sliding Billy Hamilton held the stolen base record for years.
I think he stole 100 bases one year for the Reds, and he hit like 215.
Yeah, I remember him.
Today on Renters Roundtable, we discuss bankruptcy and why giving everyone $1 million will eliminate it. That's from War Gerbil.
Maybe we will. You'll listen.
War Gerbil, will you be listening?
Just for the bankruptcy talk.
Will the Cardinals be recruiting another Alec Burleson type from the Forest Park softball fields this season? They're chock full of adult beer league players who actively try to take walks and work counts in a game where a neon melon is being lobbed to you. Swing the damn bats! That's some Carlos Spicy Wiener. He's getting flustered. We are not, though, Dub, because Greg Warren is joining us in a matter of moments in studio, the Michelob Ultra Studios. And then Jeremy Rutherford, presented to you by Mark Hanna, will join us at 9 o'clock. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day at 9:45. You are listening to TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, HD1 by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, whether it be saving up for their child's education or planning for their own retirement and everything in between.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hey, this is Joe Buck. We all have people we miss and who we would do anything to see or hear again. Whenever I want to hear my dad's voice, all I have to do is go to YouTube, but most people don't have that luxury. Now with Sound Story, your family's stories can be saved forever. Sound Story is a professionally produced hour-long conversation in which you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by the host of your choice, including TMA's own Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Jackson Burkett. Hundreds of St. Louisans have already told their stories with Sound Story, and the experience is one they loved.
I think everybody that can do it, they should, for their children, for their grandchildren, because I know I would give anything to hear my parents' voice.
Visit mysoundstory.com today and use promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. That's mysoundstory.com, promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. Sound Story, for you, for them, forever.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm with a great sponsor of TMA, and that's Longo Biggs of the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. People are starting to head out now. It is summertime, but that means an increase in car accidents.
Hey guys, like Tim just said, summer is finally here, and that means there's more people on the roadways. And you might be going to a Cardinals game, or maybe you're headed home from taking your buddy's money on the golf course. But with increased traffic on the roads, it also means a higher likelihood for car accidents. If you get in an accident, contact our firm immediately. We've successfully handled a countless number of car, motorcycle, and truck accidents. And if you go to our website, you will see we have received awards for doing so. We will make the process easy for you while maximizing the compensation you receive. Go to our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
The morning after has your chance to win tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish. Collective Soul. Edwin McCain. On the Summer Camp with Trucks Tour, Saturday, June 1st, 2024 at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Open up your TMA mobile app and enter keyword Hootie to win. That's keyword Hootie on your TMA mobile app.
Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Sickest Win Wednesday to date. Welcome back, TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Michelob Ultra Studios. EDF Group text inbox. 314-881-TMA5. Greg Warren is going to join us in these Michelob Ultra Studios in a matter of moment. And ours is the type of
presentation
friends
where friends feel they can drop in at any time.
Yeah. And Greg Warren is a friend of the program, so he's going to be in studio here in this hour. Jeremy Rutherford presented to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies at 9 o'clock, taking your two-part questions in the EDF Group text inbox. Do you want to support the sponsors? Well, that's the name of the game. It's why the show exists. 19 years and 4 months. 19 years and 4 months. Think about that.
It started as a salute to the Kennedys?
That's correct. Well, support the sponsors. Thought that might be Greg Warren.
I hope I didn't get my days.
Unhappy it's
I hope
not
I didn't
Greg.
get my days mixed up. I know for sure.
8:35. He's running 5 minutes late. Doug, you're angry
Can't believe
because
he does
this
that.
is like a train station here. We need this thing to be on time.
This is as mad as you'll ever see me.
Oh, yeah. Because that's next Wednesday.
Oh, Plowsy! Oh!
My bad.
Yeah, Greg wouldn't be late if he knew he was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for sure, Greg is always super early.
We've been promoting it.
It's fine. I mean, come on. It's not that big of a deal.
You'll
And
never see
it
me
gives
the
the
same
listeners a chance to vent their hatred towards me, which is very soothing for them. So I think it works well for the show and the listeners.
Well, it shows that he doesn't listen to the show, because if he did, he would have texted one of us said, hey, I'm not here today.
I deserve the ridicule and the criticism.
No.
So you
All
can,
right,
you
let's see
can
if it's coming
accept
in.
the... yes, it said next Wednesday.
We have an exact date on that? Would that be the 15th?
Well, I put it on my calendar at today, so it would be
the
a week
15th.
from today. Yeah.
Okay.
What exactly is rice pilaf?
I beg your
Rice.
pardon, sir?
I ordered rice. It's white rice. What is that? Pilaf. You can put almost anything and call it pilaf.
Nice.
That's one of his bits. So
nice.
Okay, I didn't know what was happening
Doug
there
looked
for a moment.
confused.
I gave you a little Greg Warren.
Quality producing as always. That's from Don Shanka.
Again, say whatever you would like. It's a free forum for them today.
Damn it, I was ready to use Greg to get there. That's some total package.
I love Greg so
Hey,
much.
Plowsy, down with dope, up with hope. That's from the 314.
It's a good
Put
text.
the bong down, Cheech. That's from Brad and Boca and Doug. They're coming in now.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Wow,
Every-
that's from TJ. I'm sorry. This is why the Riz Show is #1 in the market. Members are back from break on time and producers scheduled guests for the correct date. That's from the 314.
Gosh, leave us be.
Raby says you could just play Sinbad. Iggy is trying to take the heat off Plowsy with that rice pilaf.
I really appreciate
From
it.
the
Yeah.
Kansas City Gray Sexual.
Don't blame
Double
Plowsy.
check that Plowboy. I know he's going to be on the John Carney show this afternoon on KTRS. I don't know if that's live or on the phone, though. That's from Baloo the Bear. What is going on here? Are you high or something? It's from
Yes.
Sheik or Bobby Big Wheels. All good, Plowsy. I still blame Iggy. That's from the Sheik of Whiteout.
I figured there'd be a
This
point.
board op only works 3 hours a day and can't get a date right. Smoke smoke another one, you lazy stoner. That's
Come
from
on.
Dave Hay. Please don't let Greg in the studio. Just let Iggy do his bits for the next 90 minutes.
See, these are good texts.
Stop giving us the business.
Such an HD2 moment. My goodness. That's from Poutslet Eye. Yeah. What in the hell was that from? Strode, the standard joke nobody recognizes, and you look like a moron. Plowsy, maybe if you weren't stoned 24/7, you'd handle menial tasks like calendar management. I'm not Don Shaka. I'm Cal May protege. That's from Don Shaka.
How do we have the wrong names?
It's the strangest thing with the text inbox names. I have no idea what to make of it.
I don't know. Boy, they really let us have it that time.
No, I told them they could, and it was well deserved. I think it's funny for the show, though. Really. I mean, I'll take an L on this.
We might as well just promote any guest. Jerry Seinfeld will be here at 9.
That's right. It'll be fun.
Oops.
Well, we've had someone that did that before.
What did that mean?
Sweet?
What was that? I felt like that was a shot, but I can't figure out. Did producer Joe used to do that?
Well,
Katie Nolan?
No, we.
That's a good.
Didn't you get a text one day? Yeah, Mike Tirico will be on at 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow! I didn't see that one coming.
Didn't see that. Another one he said be there at 8:30. Didn't get that.
KG just struck back.
Oh, did he?
Instant strike.
Instant strike. Where's that? In the text inbox?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Just have Iggy do that Sebastian Maniscalco bit again. That's from KG and Ota.
What about throwing the clothes? I can do that.
No, I think he meant the ringing the doorbell thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you heard it.
The laugh was needed on that one.
Guys, Red Skelton coming in tomorrow, 7 o'clock hour. It's from Mud Puppy.
Well, he's no longer with us.
My name is constantly wrong. I am no longer Wedding Tackle. That's from Wedding Tackle.
Man. What a great start to the 8 o'clock hour.
That is something I'm upset about, that your fake name has not changed to another fake name on the text inbox.
And we're supposed to follow all that.
I don't know if I'm really surprised at any tech that comes in anymore.
Today on Renters Roundtable, making sense of bankruptcy using your fingers and toes. Bedazzling your breezeway, how to make community spaces your own, and deposits. How to smoke in these winter months without losing yours. That's today's Renters Roundtable. Doug, that's Arbor Day. KJ No Town is now sending in audio. Wow, what is this, Jackson?
I'll go cut it.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Let's ask him what it is.
Go trim it up.
Waste our time.
Well, I trust KG.
Is it going to be the Maniscalco thing? But we already know that I said something that he's done. So we don't need to waste time on it if that's what he's doing.
Oh, no.
I guarantee you went and found Maniscalco and said, here's Iggy. I'm not stealing anything.
I said it's more
Pause, you can just play it from the text line. He
Yeah, I guess it's in the
Oh, yeah.
If it's Maniscalco, just turn it off right away.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, you tell me when to turn it off.
Hit the lever, please.
Hey guys, Mike
Plowsy.
Tirico coming here live from Royal Liverpool.
Yeah, you can turn that off because he just faked an IE. So, nice one. EI, whatever it's called.
EI.
AI.
Anticipate?
What? I don't know what's going on right now.
Plowsy had a little snafu, and now the listeners are going to be jealous about the fact that he can move on with his day playing video games, eating gummy worms, and tweeting about the Cardinal front office, and Ken just decides to have an apropos of nothing rice pilaf bit. Quite the crack team you've assembled. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
He's accurate. And I think this fits. I'm really embarrassed, though, because the text literally does say next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Why
Well,
don't you go to YouTube, type in Greg Warren Rice Pilaf, see how close I was.
if Greg told you this week, next Wednesday, you might have thought, okay, it's coming up Wednesday. He should say a week from Wednesday.
No, we're not blaming anybody. It was my fault.
Let's pin it on someone who's not here.
Yeah, but if you said Monday, yeah, I'll come on next Wednesday, well, that would be this Wednesday.
I kind of put that in my head as that, but I probably should have understood
That's where the
that.
confusion
Not this
was, I'm
coming
sure.
Wednesday, the next.
Yeah, boy, sure would have been nice to have him right now, though.
My father-in-law was a classic. He used to call my wife and her twin sister D-Dums. Every time Iggy and Plowsy tag team an issue, that's all I can think of. D-Dums. Doug, that's from Steve, and he's in Wildwood. He's also a chairman.
That wasn't pleasant. I'm sorry you guys had to hear that.
No, we're not dumb.
I have a college degree.
Sure you do.
Oh, it's close to home.
I wasn't finished, but I get that doesn't consider me not dumb.
No.
That sentence make me dumb? Probably.
Jackson just sent a text to somebody that says, sure, fam, Jack. What does that mean, Jackson?
Sure, fam, Jack. I don't know.
The person asked, is now a good time to request a text name? I said, sure, fam.
Jack.
A nice sign. I like to sign it because obviously, Tim uses the text box, Plowboy uses it, so I want to sign it so they know who it's from.
But why would you say fam?
It's just, hey fam. Nothing. I didn't really think about it.
He's not your family.
He's not, but he's the Benton Park po' boy now.
Oh.
Did you find Pilaf, Plowsy?
Actually, I did. I couldn't believe I did, but I actually did.
There we go.
It's 40 seconds, so quick here.
Okay, let's hear it.
What rice pilaf is. I went to 5 different restaurants and I ordered rice pilaf, and it was completely different at every restaurant. These pilaf farmers need to standardize their product. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I Googled it. Very loose definition. From what I can tell, rice pilaf is rice with anything else you want to put in it. Anything. You know, sometimes you drop your phone in the toilet and you got to put it in rice to dry it out. Technically, that's rice pilaf, okay? That's a pilaf.
I love Grunt.
Sounds like my laughs on Raby's postcards.
Those were real.
That was close.
It looks like Greg had makeup on with that. It looked like a stand-up special.
Well, are there any other bits you could try out, Iggy?
This is where you're.
No,
this is the platform.
It's really funny when he tells about his dad when they used to give away mobile on the run. Cardinals score 5 runs. You get coffee for 50 cents.
Yeah, that was funny.
I said, I'm watching a game with my dad. I said, hey, Cardinals are up by 7 runs. It's, they're up by, they got 4 runs and it's 4-0. And the bottom of the 8th, they got bases loaded and guys up. My dad says, one more run, get that coffee for 50 cents. Guy hits in a double play, the game's over. Dad starts, can't believe that. You didn't even run down first base. I can't believe they didn't score there. Yeah, Dad, they're throwing the game to save mobile on the run 50 cents. Something like that. So.
But he performed it well.
The laugh track works.
Yeah,
it just works.
He got the whole thing. I'm just going by bits and pieces what he does. And he does a lot of farming jokes.
Farming?
That off.
Yeah, I think his mom and dad owned a farm at one point.
From the total package, that got me close. That's the one I wanted to read. That was funny.
Okay.
I liked it, Iggy.
Well, it's funny when he did it because he's got the whole story. I just kind of gave the bits and pieces of what the gist of
You
the
just
joke
hit the
was.
highlights, is what you did.
Yeah, his dad thought the Cardinals were throwing the game to save mobile on the run 50 cents.
Segment 2, Iggy's still talking and doing other people's stand-up routines. That's from Larry Thornton.
My Maniscalco one about the clothes is still at least once a week I go back and watch that because it's so funny.
You do that once a week, you go back?
Maniscalco comes up all the time on my feeds now, all of his stand-up, and he does the one where he goes to the store where he goes, you ever been to this Ross's? It's like downtown Beirut in there. I went in looking for a pair of pants. There's stuff thrown everywhere. I'm looking, what do people do? Do people go in there and say, these aren't going to fit? I found a pair of pants I wanted down at Home Appliances.
Once a week,
What's going on?
Just put it through that.
I just did a Maniscalco bit.
Quick question. Why is Pepper and Jeannie playing during TMA's time slot? Are Tim and Doug sick? It's Stan the caddy. He was unhappy with Iggy's club selection on 18 at Bellry.
He was upset with the last 2 hours of that round.
I think Sebastian Maniscalco could be the best comedian going right now.
Hey, he's right up there.
Yeah, he is
top
funny as
stand-up
hell.
comedians. Yep.
Someone tell me what exactly I am listening to right now. Doug, that's from Aunt Peg, won the Fan Page Club Championship in 2020. Great balls.
Go watch the Maniscalco bit where he's talking about clothes on the floor. It's funny as hell.
Man, this text line.
It's hilarious. It's great stuff, Boots. Now, cut his microphone.
Gatesworthy.
That's from John Lithgow's Harry Henderson.
Not as many Gatesworth texts as you.
I'll do some more stand-up. Hickory dickory dock. I'll leave it at that.
Guys, can I sponsor a segment where Iggy does comedy bits? That's from banned fan page user Burner.
That wouldn't be bad. Watch something the night before and then come in and redo it.
Guys, I've decided Iggy is a rodeo clown for the fats, so they stop charging at Plowsy. Honestly, a very important person to have on your team. If you make a mistake, just give the ball to Iggy, and surely he will spew out garbage and make everyone mad in a jiffy, taking the attention off yourself. That's from caller Buzz.
That's what we like to call
You're a
King
rodeo
cook.
clown, and you're distracting the fats?
Yeah, keep him away from the bull.
I'm a bull in this scenario. I kind of feel I like it.
That's not why I did it, but I will stand up for Plowsy every day of the week.
Absolutely. I
and
love
Jackson, and Tim, and Doug.
it. Letting King cook is kind of what I love to see.
We got to get this guy an open mic night at Helium. That's from KG and O-Town.
No, I'm not that funny of a guy.
But you could do it if you wanted to.
No.
If you put your mind to it.
No, comedy is not just jokes. Comedy is the way you deliver it. I can't deliver it like that.
Well, you delivered it
Like
during
Sam
the Bowling Hall of Fame
Like Sam
speeches.
Kinison. I didn't think Sam Kinison was that funny, but he's a genius because his whole routine was yelling.
Yeah.
And it got people laughing. That was his routine.
Mm-hmm.
He decided, I'm just going to yell the punchlines of all my things.
Right.
And he's so, if you ever watch Sam Kinison, I think he is a genius, that he'll start telling a story, but he's really monotone. Yeah, like these people, we've been giving food to these people over in, just pick a state or a country. Yeah, we've been giving people the food all the time. Yeah, we're dropping off $50 million of food. Yeah, every year we're bringing them more food. You know why? Because you live in a desert! You can't grow anything!
The crowd couldn't contain himself.
This has really turned into a fine segment.
He called.
Who needs Greg Warren?
I think I killed it. The fake booking of Greg Warren, that was a great thing.
Yeah. How do you get more food? Here's what you do. Move closer to where the food is! Look, this is sand. Look, everybody, sand. Nothing's going to grow.
Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com.
Anybody else you want me to do? Then I don't have to scream, please?
Design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. That's coming your way in an hour. So that's going to be big doings. And then a Wide Berth Wednesday is coming up on Balloon Party, Doug. So it's just wide open then.
Right. Could you do the Jerry Seinfeld thing? Why do you drive on a parkway and park on a driveway?
I don't find him funny in a stand-up.
Wow, Jerry Seinfeld
takes a hit.
So you think Maniscalco's funny, but Seinfeld isn't?
Yeah, I think Seinfeld is.
That's backwards for me, baby.
No,
Sebastian Maniscalco is hysterical.
Yeah, I don't think he's that funny.
I think he is.
Seinfeld.
But it's all personal preference.
Seinfeld's one of the funniest shows ever on TV.
Yeah, he's great too.
But I don't think his stand-up's that funny.
Okay, well, he's in town this weekend, so you won't be going.
Brian Regan is my favorite comedian. Absolutely love him.
I like Ron White too. You ever heard him?
He's very funny. Yeah. We used to have the DVD of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're Hoosiers. And that was funny. I probably watched it 100 times.
And somehow, I guess, is it Dane Fife? Who's this Fife guy?
You mean Riff? Matt Riff?
Matt Riff.
Rife.
Dane Fife.
Right. Dane Fife, did he play for Indiana and then Dugan Fife played for Michigan? Am I right on that?
I think the young Fife played for Mike Davis, right?
2002, and they beat Juan Dixon and Steve Francis.
That was a scrappy
They lost to 2002.
Can't hear the word Fife without thinking of Barney.
I think for 5 years, Matt Rife went to open mic and comedy clubs, did everything he could, and nobody noticed him. Nobody thought he was funny. Got nothing. He did one YouTube thing, and now he's selling out stadiums.
Not so, dude.
Stadiums, really?
He sold out his international tour in like 10 minutes.
Is that right?
It's like literally
like
like 80 dates.
And nobody would give this guy the time of the day. But he's a good-looking dude. He went on YouTube, and the ladies went crazy.
Oh, is that right? They like to play Hey Diddle Diddle?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, you should see his shows.
90%
They're like 80,
women.
90% women.
Really? How about that?
He's still really
on YouTube.
He's still really funny. I don't
we're on
think it's
YouTube.
all for women, but I certainly understand the appeal.
He was on Wild 'N Out like 7-8 years ago.
Did you see him on Wild 'N Out?
That was it was an MTV show.
Yeah, he said that gave him kind of
that's where I first
the confidence because
the canon.
Guys, he showed his hog on OnlyFans. He's an OnlyFans star. That's from Band Fan Page User Burner.
I don't believe that. But he did a stand-up on YouTube for himself, and just people saw it and they went crazy.
Well, why don't we fact check the OnlyFans information?
Yeah. Fan page user Burner ain't going to lie to us.
Yeah, he's not going to lie, yeah.
He has a comedy special called OnlyFans, and that was in 2021.
Oh.
My mom and her friends went to go see him at Stiefel. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of ladies did.
You
I never heard of the guy.
Bang a big bushed fat in the back of a pop-up camper in Talladega while watching that blue-collar comedy tour after pouring down some Franks and barbecue baked beans? Get ready to live. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves.
Gosh, I've never been to Talladega.
I had that last night for dinner.
You had what last night for dinner?
I had some beef and cheddar Johnsonville brats. Tim, you know what I did? Took 4 of them, rolled them in the Andrea's barbecue sauce. And then I broiled them with a little pork and beans. They were good. Delicious.
Okay.
I
But
make
at
my
Andrews
own-
is good.
I make my own beans, though.
You make your own beans?
Well, my own.
You grow your own beans?
No. Don't buy the bushes. Don't buy the thing with the sauce in there. Just get regular old Campbell's pork and beans. Add a little
Well, if
mustard.
you open a Campbell's can, you're not making your own
Well,
beans.
I make my own barbecued beans. And then throw on a little ketchup, a little mustard, a little barbecue sauce, a little brown sugar.
Like that song Brown Sugar by D'Angelo. Was that 96?
I don't know.
I like the Rolling Stones one.
Okay.
So there you go. That's what I had for dinner last night.
Well, it's a nice little
That barbecue
recipe
sauce is unbelievable.
segment.
For the first time in a decade, a major film is shooting in Missouri after an open casting call for background actors shooting for the feature film On Fire started this week. Filming runs between November 6th and December 9th. It's being directed by Sean McNamara, known for previous films Raise Your Voice and Soul Surfer, and will feature actors William H. Macy and John Corbett. And, quote, "There had to be a first, and On Fire is that first," film subject John O'Leary told Five on Your Side. "But now that we have proven that it can be done, we're going to see more and more movies around our state." Doug, so William H. Macy is in town, and so is John Corbett.
Is William H. Macy the Jack Buck character?
I don't believe so.
Because it's largely about Jack Buck's befriending this guy, right?
John O'Leary wrote a book when he called On Fire. When he was 9, he almost died in a house fire.
I thought it was something.
One of the
he
central
did.
characters in the movie is not John O'Leary or Jack Buck or my family or the nurses at Mercy. One of the primary characters is the Arch, O'Leary said.
The Arch?
Yeah, save money but have to
3
pay 'em.
homes in the area. O'Leary said he is on set during filming. He advocated for using the actual locations where events occurred. Quote, "As folks go to the movie and observe it, they're going to see this biography be told almost like in real time, almost like a documentary, but portrayed by actors. The movie still has to be shot and edited, but in the meantime, O'Leary is hosting an event in Chaminade on November 25th to share his story with St. Louis. The event is called On Fire for Good, and O'Leary promises more movie details will be shared live with the audience."
Well, the only way you're going to get more movies here is if you give them tax breaks, and St. Louis, Missouri doesn't. That's why
They
there's
do.
not a lot.
It's new.
Is
It's a
it?
new tax credit for Missouri.
No, then
for production.
You will start getting movies then.
This Georgia used to get a lot of stuff.
Still
It
does.
yeah.
They shot all the Marvel stuff and
Shot Ozark there, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Steve Harvey does it. I think they even do Family Feud in Georgia.
I love that Family Feud. If it's 20 past the hour or 50 past the hour, 10 to the hour, as more would say, I'm flipping over to the Game Show Network to get that fast money.
Yeah, I'm all about Wheel of Fortune.
All right. But Family Feud is playing 24 hours a day somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And I love the Game Show Network. Their tag is, "We have the most game shows on any other channel." It's like, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because your name is, you know.
We ought to do that. We have the most people actually talking live on HD2 anywhere.
Yeah, we do.
Steve Harvey must work 22 hours a day.
Well, they
I
bust
think
out
he
those
does. I think he does a morning radio show.
He does a morning radio show?
Yeah, I think on Sirius he does a morning radio.
Is that
he used,
right?
He used
Really?
to. He used to do a morning radio show. Then he does Wheel of Fortune, or
I know he used to, but I can't imagine he's still doing it now.
the game show. He's got a talk show.
Yeah, he's got
He's on- Michael Strahan's all over the place, too. He's on Good Morning America.
Yeah, so
he's
he
on
has to fly
$10,000
cross-country.
Pyramid. He's on football shows.
Yeah.
And another guy is the host of The Bachelor, Jesse Palmer.
Yeah.
He's doing analyst work on the weekends.
He's live, color
and
commentary.
he's got another show as well.
He does a
Bachelor in Paris. He's all over the place.
There's a daytime like ETV something, some entertainment
Guys,
show.
Steve Harvey's on HD2. Holy crap. Yep, there it is. It's Mud Puppy.
Yeah.
He may not still do it, but he used to do a morning show.
The crews will be filming at the following locations in Maplewood: the Crow's Nest, Tiffany's Diner, Saratoga, Forma Casa Maya, Shock City School. They'll also be filming at 3 homes.
Saratoga, bowling lanes.
That's
have
right.
you been there? That's a cool place.
I have. I actually have.
It's like you're turning the clock back to about 1930.
I bowled there. You bowl on one lane, you got to walk 4 lanes to get your ball.
What is the last film that shot in St. Louis, Jackson? Do you know?
Probably
I feel
Up
like
in the Air.
as the owner of Good or Bad, it says it was 10 years ago. Up in the Air was shot in 2009. I went to that. I got access to that.
I would think that. I know Escape from New York was shot in East St. Louis.
It was like 30 years ago, wasn't it?
Right. So I don't know of any.
10 years ago, Doug.
I don't think anything major.
That Chasey Lane oil scene, that was mid-90s.
That was somewhere in Fenton, wasn't it?
By the Cracker Barrel.
I didn't get a call for the extras. I sent it in.
They didn't want you.
No, especially if they, I'm sure they knew who I was.
Oh, come on.
And if you got a scene at Saratoga, who are you going to put in there?
Nice.
Somebody else.
Somebody who bowls.
Right.
Well, there's
Used
other
to bowl.
people that bowl.
So, I don't know. They used a lot of extras, and they didn't choose me. I say they knew who
Upset
I
by
was
that?
because I had to tell them what I did. What do you do for a living? So they know I was on radio.
Maybe they didn't figure you were cut out for the big screen.
I don't know the process. I'm sure they got hundreds of thousands of entries.
Hundreds of thousands? I don't know about that.
Well,
Probably
umpteen
thousands.
thousand. Umpteen thousand.
Yeah, probably thousands, yeah.
I didn't get picked. Well, nobody got back to me, so I guess.
I think most people would like to be in the movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if it's just in the background to say you're in a movie in case it's a big hit.
Gone Girl was shot in Cape Girardeau.
Yep.
Really?
White Palace was shot here.
Was it the early 90s? Susan Sarandon and James Spader? All right.
It sounds
And Casey Carr was in it. Casey Carr was she was in radio in St. Louis, and I think she did some other things, but she was a stripper in that. Actually had a speaking part, and she was a stripper at the bachelor party for James Spader. And she would come into the old 590 studios all the time.
Was Meet Me in St. Louis shot in St. Louis?
That was like what? In the
Yeah,
40s?
30s or 40s.
Yeah, 1944, Judy Garland.
Yeah.
I would be actually surprised if it shot.
Is the guy's name Day?
Too.
Don't believe
Jason
so.
Day. Always interesting.
Probably shot in L.A. if I had to guess.
Me too. Yeah, I'd guess that too.
What was the lead guy's name? I thought it was Day.
Huh?
Dennis Day, I thought was his lead.
In Meet Me in St. Louis?
Yeah.
No. Judy Garland.
Yeah, but the male lead.
Was
Tom Drake?
Tom Drake, Dennis Day, same thing.
I mean, World War II is still going on when this movie came out, so.
We'll take your 2-part questions with Jeremy Rutherford. We can ask you Meet Me in St. Louis questions. We'll take them.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? It's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes. You certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is Hyde and will prevent your facility from having Hyde fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at the edfgroup.com. And think about that. And while you're thinking about it, send your emails in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which comes your way in 45 minutes. And don't forget, in 3 days, November 11th at St. Gabriel's, TMA Trivia Night. Looking for something to do this weekend? Get some friends together. And now, at 6:30 until about, Doug, I'd say 10 o'clock, you'll have TMA Trivia Night at St. Gabriel's, and $45 per person is going to get you all your beer, all your AB products, and all of your salt and smoke, plus TMA Trivia Night. And it's not TMA Trivia. It's local sports, entertainment, St. Louis knowledge, along with one round of TMA Trivia, Iggy's Music Round. Get your tickets at TMASTL.com. Might as well hang out with us on Saturday night. There's no doggies. The Gers play during the day. Plowhawks Illini play during the day. Have you figured out who they're playing yet?
Indiana. Yeah.
Indiana, that's right.
Oh, gosh.
So we'll be leaving the house about 8, leaving the game about 1:30, 1:45, making St. Louis by 6.
There you go.
Come load it up for 3 hours.
Yeah, load it up.
Oh, we plan on it, trust me. Salt and Smoke, I think he's I think Tom said he's bringing some bologna as well.
Oh, that's a gift for you. That's a gift for you.
I don't want to quote him on that because if he isn't, then it's just fine as well. There's a lot of treats there at Salt and Smoke.
That's what you would pick over everything else at Salt and Smoke is bologna?
That's what I do pick over anything else.
He loves that bologna, Brad.
Every time I go there, man.
It's so good.
My wife was returning from a business trip from New York and landed at Lambert at 11 p.m. And George Clooney greeted them at the gate and took her and 3 others to shoot a scene for Up in the Air. Clooney had his arm around her shoulder, made her year. It's in the 3 and 4. Is that a cuck, Iggy?
Well, it's a lie, but
Yeah, it does kind of sound like an embellished story.
hey, girls, been waiting for you. You want to shoot a scene? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Call in and tell your story. 636-9004-TMA. You've already won Mario from Chicago's bankroll today. You win another one. You're cashing in.
Hope there's more than licks.
I saw him shooting a scene the Hilton St. Louis Airport. We were, and then we saw him and Doug. Is it Vera Farmiga?
I don't know.
Farmiga? She was in The Departed, and she was in Up in the Air. Jackson, you're our cinephile?
I love Vera Farmiga.
Wow.
She was also great in The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos movie.
That's right.
Shooting those movies always takes so darn long. It's like 3 hours of setup, and then they do 15 seconds of a cut of a scene.
Yeah, 7 takes.
Yeah.
Quick recommendation: the movie called The Killer comes out this week on Netflix. It's outstanding.
What's that about, baby? What's it about?
It's about an assassin. It's made by David Fincher, same guy who made Gone Girl.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's outstanding.
How have you already seen it?
They had a 3-week theatrical run, but it comes out on Netflix.
This guy is tied into goodorbad.com, and he gets all the
How do you
perks.
have all this time to watch everything?
It's outstanding.
Who are some of the actors I saw?
Michael Fassbender.
Oh, I love him.
I saw a screen, like a 30-second screener last night on Netflix telling this coming up.
Oh, it's fantastic. So that's my recommendation.
All right. Goodorbad.com recommends something. I pay attention.
Yeah.
That's why I invested in it.
It's really just great
I
stuff.
told you I met Clooney when they were filming that in St. Louis.
Of course. He probably asked for some tips on how to get the ladies.
No, just hanging out in Napoli.
Yeah. And so you two cut
That's
a
like I guess that was the hangout back.
night?
I guess that was the hangout back then because I remember. Oh God, I don't know what term it was here, but I was at Napoli and it was Camila Villegas and Sergio hanging out in Napoli.
El Nino means the boy.
I mean, just nothing but girls crowded around these two.
Really? And how about you? What was crowded around you?
Villegas almost won last week. Finished second.
But were there women crowded around you at Napoli?
No, I had one with me, but it wasn't crowding around me.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Bad. That's from Wolf Boy.
Bad take. Movie rips.
It's another long one.
You like that, Doug? That movie rips. I like that. That's why I invest in goodorbad.com.
I don't invest in it.
You're lost, bro.
Is Killers of the Flower Moon getting bad reviews?
No.
And what's that about? More murderers? Killers?
Yeah, Scorsese. It's a true story. Native Americans, the Osage Indians, and De Niro and DiCaprio's characters' conspiracy to murder. It's good. I mean, it's coming out on Apple in a couple weeks.
Scorsese pretty much just do movies when those guys are free.
He kind of, I mean, he's 80 years old. He kind of just does movies whenever he wants. Or, I mean, whenever someone will give him $200 million to do it.
Well, why don't we give him $200 million?
Guys, didn't Iggy make George Clooney cry? That's from Larry Thornton.
It was Mickey Mantle.
Well, you know I didn't, so nice funny one.
Here comes the Villages story. That's from Chris Raby.
Villages?
I'm going to allocate a 0.0% chance Iggy was at Napoli to see George Clooney. That's Dave with the cauliflower ear.
Well, I wasn't there to see him. I was there and he happened to be there, so...
Doug, you remember the old sushi restaurant and cocktail lounge, Miso, in Clayton?
Yeah.
Remember seeing he was there dining and having libations. He was out and about in St. Louis while they were shooting that. And Jason Bateman was in the picture. I remember seeing him at a Blues game. Actually went to a Blues game with the guy who directed that. Is it Jason Reitman?
Yeah, Ivan Reitman's son.
Yeah. So that was cool that I got to hang out with him for a couple nights. Went to an AC/DC concert with him and got a guy who went to St. Louis U High, so obviously he was smart and wealthy.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Can't remember what his name was, but he was the producer of the movie. J.K. Simmons was in that, but I don't know if his scenes were shot in St. Louis.
Oh, I think they were. That
Were they?
office building
Yeah.
looks a lot like it's in STL.
Doug, he won Best Supporting Actor for Whiplash.
He did.
Is that right?
And then who is the supporting actress, the young lass? Bisexual, right?
Anna Kendrick?
Yeah. Bisexual?
I don't know about that.
I thought she was.
She's great. I love Anna Kendrick.
Can make her greater. With due respect.
Maybe we can see, maybe William H. Macy will be hanging around town. We can ask him what it was like to get cucked by Nina Hartley.
Is he bisexual?
Make him better.
She was dating Bill Hader, but
Bill.
they are no longer together.
Was she in the John Hamm TV show?
Mad Men?
Anna Kendricks?
Anna Kendrick was not in Mad Men.
Hendricks? She's the one with the big boobs, right?
That's...
Is she bisexual?
What a time to be alive. I don't know how to answer that. She was not in Mad Men, so there's your answer.
Well, who's the name I'm thinking of?
Well,
we know she has big boobs.
Mark Hanna's dancing next to me. There's a lot going on.
Mark Hanna's dancing?
Something
That's
like
awesome.
January Jones, Elizabeth Moss.
I thought it was Anna Hendricks.
Guys, I saw
That's not her
J.K.
name.
Simmons on the loop trolley. Cute guy. It's Rob McClanahan, but my good friends call me Rube.
He is. He's built. He's built.
You like that build on J.K. Simmons, Doug?
He wasn't built in Oz. He's kind of scrawny.
He's like 70 years old, isn't
Small
he?
ween.
Ooh, I don't know. I think he always looks old. He likes one of those guys who looks like he was born old. He's 68.
Shrimply Pibbles, who sends in pictures of his wife, just sent in a take. Whiplash is the best film in the last 15 years. Fight me.
Really?
It's right up there for me. I love Whiplash.
I love that movie. I do love that movie.
Perfect ending.
Wow, it is a good ending. What a crescendo, Doug.
No, I didn't see the picture.
Oh, I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd enjoy
It's
it.
on
And you know
Netflix.
what? For the cat, Paul Reiser's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he liked Paul Reiser.
He kind of plays a cuck.
He's a cuck?
He's kind of soft-bellied. That's how I describe him.
Soft-bellied.
Kind of just take. I don't know.
Is that a song about? Is that a movie about bullying?
Bullying?
Whiplash?
No.
You say bowling or bullying?
Bullying.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
Drumming.
The cat's favorite
Yeah, I
actor
know it's a
was
drummer, but
Adrian's Men.
Adrian's Man, early 1980s superstar.
Every scene I've seen is just him just throwing things at people and yelling at them and hitting them and.
Yeah, it's about an abusive relationship between the teacher and student, but
The critical scene in the upcoming movie shot in St. Louis will be filmed at the Algonquin Golf Club men's locker room, and Mr. Licks is an extra in the background snaking the toilet.
Oh.
That's from the Horse and Woods Wacko. Doug, Jeremy Rutherford is going to join us.
Oh, good.
Presented by Mark Hanna, who's grinding on Jackson.
That's what it sounded
in the Horton
like.
Watkins studio. We have the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day coming your way as well. This program is called TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. You are listening to TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Joe Buck. We all have people we miss and who we would do anything to see or hear again. Whenever I want to hear my dad's voice, all I have to do is go to YouTube, but most people don't have that luxury. Now with Sound Story, your family's stories can be saved forever. Sound Story is a professionally produced hour-long conversation in which you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by the host of your choice, including TMA's own Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Jackson Burkett. Hundreds of St. Louisans have already told their stories with Sound Story, and the experience is one they loved.
I think everybody that can do it, they should, for their children, for their grandchildren, because I know I would give anything to hear my parents' voice.
Visit mysoundstory.com today and use promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. That's mysoundstory.com, promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. Sound Story, for you, for them, forever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on. And that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or email info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com.
This is wide receiver Luther Burden III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carlton.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burden III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
What are you doing later? You want to have a party and let us cater it around the holidays for your family or coworkers? That'd be cool. Or maybe you love someone that doesn't live in town and you want to ship them a brisket. You can do all that stuff from our website, saltandsmokebarbecue.com. We also sell Salt and Smoke embroidered dickies there for all your fashion needs around the high holidays. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Stay cute.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
Boys Club, Bills Club, Bills Club, Bills Club, Bills Club. Welcome back to TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen. We are in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug, if you're watching on YouTube, you see Mark Hannon is sick flow.
I saw him over there. Nice flow, Hansy.
Thanks. I've been working on it all morning.
There you go.
Doing a little brushing.
God, it's nice.
Thank you.
You brush it off?
You haven't lost a hair in your life.
Oh, don't jinx it.
I'm just telling you what I see. I mean, that hairline, Doug. Doug, do you notice that Doug has tufts of wisps?
I do have tufts of wisps.
I'm starting to get a little aroused over here by those tufts.
Took that off.
They're coming in fast and furious,
I know.
dude.
Well, there's more of them anyway. Yeah.
It's like a nice
They do
Brillo
good work
pad.
at St. Louis Hair Restoration.
Did they do anything else like to the top or just that line, that hairline?
All the way
It's all the way back? Really?
Back to like there.
Wow, being
look
in
at that.
studio, you really can see it.
Yeah. Tufts of wisps.
That is
Tufts of
great.
wisps. They don't really advertise tufts of wisps. But they just advertise that you get your hairline back.
Sounds like a good band name.
Tufts of wisps.
No, but you won't need it. Not the way.
No, he's running good. You're running good. Jim Rutherford doesn't need it either. He joins us right now. Presented by this gentleman, Mark Hanna, evergreenstl.com. For my money, one of the finest people I know. You know what he is? Life Sherpa.
Yeah.
314-889-0503. He's got a wonderful staff who will take great care of you. And everybody needs a financial advisor. Don't think you don't. No. Mark Hanna's your guy. 314-889-0503. Go online at evergreenstl.com. Plus, he sponsors Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday here on TMA, and he takes your two-part questions at 314-881-TMA5, the EDF group text inbox. Morning, JR.
Hi, Mark.
Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you saw that James Carlton came in the other day, and he brought in notes.
Yeah, how about that? Are you doing the same thing? I brought in notes,
I
Doug.
brought in notes.
The sponsors bring in notes. The hosts do not.
We don't need it.
Now, they're not quite as on point for the Sparts. JR, you went to Metallica.
Yeah. Good times.
Really?
Wow. This guy's not giving us much. I feel like Troy Gloss is back at spring training.
Yeah, that was my Troy Gloss invitation.
It's a good invitation.
It was phenomenal. Did you make it, Mark? Or?
I did not. I don't leave my house if I can avoid it. So I tend to live vicariously among those who actually
Mark and I are practicing the same plan.
Well, it's funny that I live in Jefferson County, and I felt like at the Dome I was in Jefferson County. It must have been empty out.
Not surprised. Was it so loud that your ears were ringing 3 days later?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right.
But no, it was a good time. Metallica takes me back to my glory days back in the mid-'90s at Lutheran South, in the hallways with my rolled-up jeans.
You rolled them up?
You ever roll them up, Doug?
No. How far did you roll them up?
I think I rolled them up quite a bit, and in fact, I do recall a couple times maybe even pulling the socks up over the tight rope.
If you didn't get to 3 turns, it didn't hold up. You got to get to that third turn.
That's key, third turn. I know exactly what you mean by that. JR, I was at the Blues game last night, and I was listening to Craig Berube's post-game comments, and I'm curious what your perspective is on it, because I came out of the second period, and I thought, how in the hell did the Blues not score a goal? Doug, would you say they had 5 glorious scoring opportunities? And were not able to convert any of them. But he really was critical of the play in the second period. What was your analysis?
Yeah, I think definitely at least 5. I mean, and we're talking in the same game to have that many on the doorstep and not put them in, that's tough to swallow. I mean, it almost got to the point where you just say, okay, this is the kind of night it is. They're just not going to go in. I mean, when you have 2 defensemen jumping in and blocking a couple of them. But, yeah, I think he was upset overall with the second period, the way they played. I mean, those scoring chances aside, those are going to go in most nights, but I don't think he felt the game plan was in place and that they were executing it in that second period. So,
and yet they came out on a heater. And then all the momentum shifted when Saad was called for that penalty, and then Scheifele got the power play goal. What did you think of the call on Saad?
Right. Yeah. No, I think those are penalties. I think that some of them, even a couple last night, a little borderline, but Blues got to kill those. And I didn't think they played well on that PK. Robert Thomas had the misassignment on that first one, and then second one, tough break, off the stick of Letty, but that one's in. But overall, penalty kill's been pretty good this year, but I just felt that last night, those calls withstanding, I think you got to be better on the PK.
Bill's wife wants to know if Mark Hanna's hiring. That's Bill's wife. We know Bill's wife's a real woman, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, how about that, Doug?
We're growing.
Wow, Bill's wife. Come on in. Water's warm. How about that, Doug? The listeners want to work for Mark Hanna. They also have questions, and you're welcome to send in 2-parters for JR. Doug, what were you about to ask?
I'm saying it looks like there's some super teams in the league this year, but I see Boston's 10-1-1, the Rangers are 9-2-1, Colorado.
Vegas lost for the first time.
Vegas 11-1-1. Is that the way you see the whole season going? Are some of these teams just head and shoulders better than everybody else?
Gosh, if there's one thing I thought about doing this segment each week, that Doug wouldn't bring the heat, but he's done his homework on the league, and here comes each week the questions. Doug, they got some good ones with Boston and New Jersey. We saw New Jersey here the other night, and San Jose, not one of those teams, are they? Though they got a win last night. How about that?
Yeah, they're 1-10-1.
Here they come.
They gave up 10 goals the other day. I would have liked to have watched that game.
Yeah, beat the Flyers 2-1. What about Mark's notes? What's he got in there?
Yeah, what do you have here?
Well, I want to go back and are there cookies in press boxes around the league?
Oh, it's a good question.
And if there are, who has the best? I'm a big cookie fan.
Nice, I like that.
JR, I've never been in a press box.
Fair question. I'm just wondering, is the question kind of stemming from the looks of some of the people that walk the press box? That's what I was wondering. But yeah, they do have them at the Enterprise Center, and these are gargantuan. Sometimes you can make a meal out of one of these cookies. So around the league, let me think here for a second. My favorite is the double chocolate. So wherever you can find that at.
A lot of pretzels in press boxes. I can tell you that.
Vibrating at this conversation.
I love pretzels in any form.
Oh, hey, it's Plowpuck. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I love that name. What up, JR? How are you, bud?
Good. No, the only two people I see outside the studio usually, Plowpuck and Iggy. I saw you guys the past couple.
Yeah, and
weeks.
you make the rare
in the hallway.
studio appearance. I like that.
JR, how about this from the hockeynews.com this morning? How about this, Doug? Although the Edmonton Oilers only processed one move yesterday, Jack Campbell was put on waivers for the purpose of assignment to the AHL. The Oilers don't play again until Thursday, so there's time to make moves before the next game. There was some smoke on Twitter. You like that, Doug? Smoke on Twitter? Okay. About a goalie who the Oilers are checking in on, and that is Binner Chicken Dinner?
Really?
Yeah. Reed Wilkins mentioned on his radio show yesterday that the Oilers were checking in with the St. Louis Blues about Jordan Binnington. A source told the Hockey News something similar. Any rumors regarding Binnington and the Oilers?
Yeah, I have not heard that one, but to me it doesn't make much sense at all. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but the Blues just don't have any experience in their system when you talk about Joel Hofer, basically a rookie. Then you have Vadim Zarenko. And if you're talking about going into a full-on rebuild, that's fine, but boy, you sure do have a lot of veteran, lengthy contracts on these books, and these guys are going to want to, play and win now. You can't move them all, and now you're talking about not having a goaltender to back them up. It wouldn't seem to make sense with what the Blues are going through right now.
And Edmonton's horrible, too. They've got 2 wins in their first 11 games. Why would they want a veteran goaltender?
Because Edmonton had expectations to compete for the Cup, and the fact that they started off this poorly is a reflection of the net minding, and they're trying to save this thing. Doug, we're only 16% of the way
they're
through.
Not scoring any goals either, though.
Well, do they have anybody who's any good who scores goals?
Connor McDavid?
They do have him. And Jackson cited Leon Draisaitl as well. And Jamie Rivers nearly dropped dead. It was I almost did too. Yeah, you haven't heard Jackson will tell Mark about McDavid and Draisaitl.
Boy, yeah, what a combo. What a tandem.
How about that?
They really get after it on the ice. They play ice hockey, and what a combo.
Gosh, you were in the game a long time, weren't you?
He's pathetic, Jackson. Come on.
Jerry, are you going to use that? Please attribute the show if you do.
Yeah, I will, definitely.
Thank you.
According to sources at TMA, we'll get that in there.
Draisaitl plays ice hockey.
He does, yeah. Yep.
JR, I like to talk about old school hockey. And something I was thinking about the other day, apropos of nothing, was shutdown defensemen. And I was thinking of some of the best shutdown defensemen I've seen. I remember Rod Langway for the Washington Capitals, and Larry Robinson, and Chris Pronger. Those would be 3 of the greatest shutdown. Anybody else come to mind for you who would be absolutely unstoppable, or somebody that none of the offenses could get around?
Yeah, no, those are definitely 3 of the biggest names. And when I think it, I just think nasty old-time hockey like you're talking about. You think Scott Stevens, and maybe not in terms of, the type of player that you're talking there, but just, could knock your block off and, made offensive players not want to come anywhere near the net. And I think you look at other guys that the Blues have had, Barrett Jackman has been a shutdown defenseman, those types of guys. It's weird how the game has changed, Mark, because I think there's still a need for that. But you look at some of these guys like a Cal McCarr, Charlie McAvoy, they come into the league, and it's a lot about moving the puck. So some of these guys are rare. You look at Tyler Tucker as a guy who, can be that type of guy as long as he can keep up with the rest of the game. So it's interesting, to think about, have we seen the last of the likes of those guys?
Al Arbor for the Blues used to kneel down wearing glasses right in front of a guy about to take a slap shot. No helmet, nothing.
They don't make them like they used to.
Nope.
Let's see what we got here in the two-part questions. Mark Hanna presenting Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday here on TMA. Hey, JR, do you think Dallas Drake prefers ham or turkey on his sandwich? Also, would you like to see pics of my wife? Also, ask Mark if we can meet soon. That's from Shrimply Pibbles. That was a rare three-parter.
Right.
Well, yeah, three-parters. I don't do three-parters, so I'll try to get to two of those.
Yeah,
I think that, first of all, it's not ham or cheese. It's ham or turkey. It's ham and turkey. You got to swing both of those. Yeah, and then if I'm going to do two, can you throw the other one at me?
Also, would you like to see pics of my wife? Also, ask Mark if we can meet soon.
314.
Yeah, I know my I know my wife doesn't listen to this show, so yes.
He wants to see the pictures.
Shrimply Pibbles, go ahead and send JR the pictures. Okay. He likes to share his pictures of his wife with the program, and we're, of course, very grateful. Do Mark's notes have anything written down about a guest being in studio today and then not showing because the board op was too stoned when he booked him? Oh. That's from Wedding Tackle.
I don't stand for anything against my boy Plows.
There you go. Look at that. Pepper and Genie sponsor or Renters Roundtable, whichever one comes first. JR, if the Blues get rid of Binnington, couldn't they just call up Reinhard Davis? Also, when you think of shutdown defensemen, where does Jeff Finley rank? Thanks, and go Dogs. That's from Alan Dadeville.
Yeah, Davis or Merrick Schwartz, there's a couple of them. And then in terms of the defenseman, Jeff Finley, let me check. I do have my rankings here for stay-at-home.
I remember him.
Jeff
he was
Finley,
like the 2000 note?
43rd.
43rd. Yeah, he was on that President's Trophy winning team, wasn't he? Doug?
I don't remember him at all.
Yeah. Well, he's ranked 43rd in JR's defenseman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
JR, two-parter. What can they do now for the power play to get more good scoring chances, not just shots like last night? Second, what would you do if Lou brought in 40 cassettes and set them on Media Row for anyone to take? That's from Mike Ricci's nasal cavity.
Right.
Well, I think the deal with the power play is do what they did against Montreal. Don't have one. They won that game and didn't have a power play. 0 for 0 on the sheet looked pretty good.
Back in the day, Mike Keenan used to, as soon as one period didn't go right, he would bring in some random that hadn't been in the league for years. On the power play, could this team benefit from Gary Lehman?
Gary Lehman?
You wanted him back?
Yeah. I don't think they even practiced the power play under Keenan. I remember people telling me, reporters saying that they'd say, hey, what's up with the power play? And Brett Hall used to say, I don't know. We don't practice it.
The ice sucks. Let's see. Number one, if Benner gets traded as John Casey and play to come back for some redemption. Number two, do you want to hear some sick Greg Warren, Sebastian Maniscalco, or Greg or Andrew Dice Clay bits from a third-string HD2 producer? There's one in studio or getting coffee right now. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Yeah, Casey, that'd be a tough guy to bring back after giving up that Yzerman goal in '96. So I don't know that Blues fans would get too excited about that signing there.
He's probably 50-something.
As far as the music, how about we go Warrant? How about some Cherry Pie? Does that work?
Yeah, Doug. Remember that Bobby Brown was in that video? Remember her? Bobby Brown. Yeah. And wasn't she in the Once Bitten, Twice Shy Great White video as well?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeff Finley and Bobby Brown, same conversation.
Yep, same conversation. You're just not going to get this on 101 ESPN, are you?
No.
Mount Rushmore of hair metal. Let's see, is Warrant on there?
Doug, would you put Poison in there?
I don't know. What constitutes hair metal?
God.
Motley
I'm hanging up
Crue
if you don't put Motley Crue on there.
Yeah, I was about to say Motley Crue. Motley Crue has to be on there.
There you go, Plow Puck.
I got you.
Motley Crue, Poison.
They had a short run, but I got to go Skid Row with the way
Sebastian Bach.
What about GNR? Guns N' Roses? That a hairband?
Don't say GNR.
Come on, GNR. I don't know. That's a gray area there. But they would be in it.
Say the full name. Don't you? We're not that pressed for time.
Hey, JR, I wanted to say first, you're a cutie. First parter would be, who is the cutest Blues player this year? Next is Mikey Mo, the best American player. That's from band fan page user Burner.
Mike Modano, the best American play ever? Was that the question?
I just read what's in the prompter, Doug.
Speaking of
Well, it depends. Do you count Holly as Canadian or American? Born in Canada, played for USA. Yeah. So Modano and
Kachuk
Holly
would be up
right there, I think.
Kachuk?
Keith Kachuk, throw him up there. Yeah, for sure. Cutest blues player. Gosh, are we on the air? Is this live?
Yeah.
It's HD2, so kind of not necessarily.
It won't get back to him, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this one.
I got a note about cute. Is Kyle Connor that cute in person? It's actually written down.
My word.
Yeah, I was watching that last night. He looked really cute.
Really? That's what you're watching for now?
Yeah. Gosh, I could go about 10 different directions with this, but I don't even think it can air on your show.
Number one, is Mike Sillinger still a top 6 forward? Number two, if you were moving 10 feet away, would you ask strangers to help you? That's from Ron Duguay, was my first male crush.
Oh, my gosh. No, I just remember going back a little bit. I remember Marty Rushinsky. He was having a bad stretch, and everybody was wondering, what's up with Marty Rushinsky? It turns out that his Czech model girlfriend broke up with him, and I'll never forget. Back in the day, they don't do it as much anymore, but the players used to walk through the locker room, naked. I mean, now they're back in the training room and the shower. The only time we see them, they're in their hockey gear. But they used to walk around naked, and I'll never forget Marty Rushinsky walking through the Blues locker room naked, and Keith Kachuk, as he walks past him, he moves out of the way and he yells, "Hey, Marty, put that thing away. You're going to hurt somebody."
Oh, Walter, Doug.
He didn't pull many punches.
No, still doesn't.
No.
Still doesn't. JR, always enjoy the conversation. Thank you so much for dropping by. And if you could tweet out who you decide the cutest player on the Blues roster is, and then we'll be able to find out the answer to the question, because he's thinking of a variety of choices.
And I'll do it for sure. And I want to tell you guys, I'm super disappointed in myself. I made myself vulnerable, and I deserve the outcome here. But I told a friend of mine that I am not going to the game in Colorado on Saturday. Therefore, this person told me that he had a couple extra seats at this thing called the TMA Trivia Night.
Oh!
I'll be sitting at a table with...
Jerry Rutherford's going to be at the Trivia Night! Unbelievable!
Well, you'll kill the Blues trivia round.
No, I'll kill the salt and smoke.
Yes, you will. Oh, what a treat.
Cookies.
Jeremy Rutherford.
Yeah.
How about that? Live at St. Gabriel's, Doug.
You didn't go to St. Gabe's, did you?
No, my stepdad did those. I've been to a number of those school picnics.
Always goes back to
I'll never forget
stepdads.
Going to church with a couple beers in me, and I said to my stepdad who went there, I said, "I've never gone to church with a couple beers in me," and he said, "I've never been to church without a couple beers." So that's a St. Gabe's guy for you there.
Yeah.
Rough living, city living.
Thank you very
Hard
much.
scrabbles.
Thank you. That's why I'm so tough. Thank you, JR.
Yeah, we'll see you Saturday.
There he is. He's going to be at Trivia Night.
Thank you, Ruffsy.
You can see Jeremy Rutherford there. Go to TMASTL.com.
What a gem.
Yeah, he is a gem. You're right. He is a gem. Guy Stephen Wildwood was not happy with the performance of the under-6 team last night. I was watching the under-6 team in between the first and second periods, and those little effers could hit an open net. Can Chief make these asswipes sit on the bench and watch next time? Also, Lutheran South, really? That's from Stephen Wildwood. Doug, he's a chairman.
What's wrong with Lutheran South?
He's not high on the Crusaders? Or are they the Lancers?
They're the
Lancers.
And then North is Crusaders? Am I right about
this?
this?
That's true.
That 6U team that was out there, I was there with my 6-year-old, and I said, "Oh, maybe it's his group's operation." And then, sure enough, it actually was. And so I recognized one of the teams. Jesse Kiowski was sitting in the same. These were the Hubbard seats that I was sitting in last night. And I go, I saw my son play this kid on Sunday morning, and I said, "Put your money on number 7 to score a goal," and because he's unbelievable. He scored like 10 on Sunday morning, and sure enough, he skated in, scored an easy goal, and then did like a victory lap around the Enterprise Center ice with a stick in the air.
6-year-old riding his stick.
Nice selling.
It was outstanding. Yes, indeed.
I love that the NHL does that. Can you imagine being a kid?
Oh, my God.
You get to go out on the big ice.
Absolutely.
Even for a few minutes.
On top of that, they sell a lot of tickets. Every kid's parents were there.
Oh, yeah.
Their families were there. They all bought tickets. They do that at Cardinal games, too, singing the national anthem with schools.
It's a nice business model. And it's a wonderful philanthropic gesture.
Yep.
Stephen Wildwood knows what I'm talking about. That kid was crazy. It was awesome. I mean, I saw him, 3 days ago at 7 in the morning. I'm like, holy crap. Number 7, this kid God almighty.
You're like,
If you're
well,
good at that age, and obviously everybody else is learning to skate or just learning the game, you can put up 10 goals in, a matter of minutes, and that's what he does. He just skate through
Could
everybody.
he
and
pick
then
up some NIL money?
I think he could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the kids that stand out at 7 are always going to stand out.
Is that right?
Not in every case, but usually.
Is that what you found?
Usually the stars early are always.
Greg Vaughn was pulling the ball when he was 7, and then for
wasn't
whatever reason,
pulling the ball as hard as I tried. Here's your reward. It didn't help. Did not help.
he just was a slapping Judy here, and it worked
for him. He was
him.
behind every pitch he ever saw. Every pitch. Guess fastball. That's all they throw. Don't get fooled by the fact. Here's your reward, and still he would not get out in front and pull the ball. One time is all I asked for. Oh, God, that brought back horrible, painful memories.
Sorry to bring it up.
Don't you like the feeling of pulling the ball, getting out ahead of it?
That's when you catch that thing
once or twice.
flush.
Yeah. And really just drill it down the line, maybe.
And he never got to experience it, not once.
There's a foul ball. He was a left-handed hitter. Wow, there's a foul ball over the third base dugout again. Be a little quicker.
Greg
Anticipate
Vaughn
the pitch.
Did John Vaughn pull the ball?
Occasionally.
Hey, Mark, how many years did you have to wear a laser cap to get that sick flow, brah? I would kill to have hair like that. Thanks. That's from Big Tuft.
Just lucky, I guess.
God, it's nice.
When you signed on here as a financial guy, did you think that our conversations more often than not would just get around to your hair?
Well, it's better than Sibian talk.
Oh,
nothing's better than Sibian talk.
Oh, that's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know who that is? That's the great Mark Hannity sponsors this segment. He's on the line at evergreenstl.com, 314-889-0503.
I'm sending you back in.
He's coming back in. He's had a big show.
He'll come
Very
back.
big show.
Reluctantly.
I'll be listening later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, presenting Jeremy Rutherford here on this program. Send your emails in 6 minutes. We'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Right now, I'm telling you, and I know a lot of our listeners have the ladies all over them, but it might be time to settle down. Here we go. What are you going to do? Where are you going to get that engagement ring? It's cuffing season and it's engagement season. Got the answer for you. Fine people. Spent some time out on the golf course with them. Big fan of Craig Betts, who Doug took quantum physics with, and David Betts, the third and fourth generation of the Betts family. The Glenn Betts difference is you are served personally, not sold. Glenn Betts Jewelers develops relationships through generations of your family, too. They get to know your likes, your lifestyle, and who and what you love, the 3 L's. It's not like you're going into some big retail store and you go, I need an engagement ring, and then they're like, oh, how many carats? Oh, good. So now we're going to go and, we're just going to, what we're going to do? We're going to take advantage of you. Not at Betts Jewelers, Doug, not Glenn Betts Jewelers. Located 1 mile east of 270 on Manchester and De Pere. In the jewelry business, there is good, there is better. And then there is Betts, the Betts family passion for serving their customers has been passed down from generation to generation. Getting engaged, support the sponsors, and it's a great one. It's Glenn Betts Jewelers.
You know what I realized? Madison and I are going to be celebrating a couple months, 7 years. I should
7
probably
years
put a ring
together.
on that eventually.
Oh,
right?
wow.
What are you waiting on?
You want to
guy?
workshop that with me and Doug?
No, I mean, no, there's no workshopping. I've thought about it for a while. She deserves a ring, so maybe I'll talk to the Betts family.
Oh,
maybe get some
breaking
keep it in the family.
news.
You never know.
Jackson's applauding.
Yeah.
Mazel
We have been dating for 7 years, which is wild. 2 more years, I think, or 3 more, we're domestic partners.
Is that really how it
legally.
works legally?
I don't know if it's in Missouri, but I know 10 years, I do believe, is states with domestic partnerships. I think that's how long it is. I think.
I don't know. Brown and Crouppen would probably know.
They would. Yeah. Yeah, I got to talk to the Betts family.
What, does she know this, or are you just...
Well, she's
yourself?
very, I wouldn't say picky, but particular of what kind of ring that she wants. So I think I will have her help pick it, maybe give a few options so she doesn't know the exact one. But certainly the asking will be a surprise. I'll create that magical moment on my own.
This magic moment.
Maybe in the trailer out in Johnson Shut-ins or something.
I'll have Buck Swope, Shutter Spook, just right there.
Oh, wow.
Take some
Step
photos.
out behind a tree.
I know he'll be available.
Got a little advice here. This is great when the listeners give us advice. Plowsy, marry a guy. Thanks, total package. There you go, Doug. There's the counsel that's starting to come in.
It's great. I mean, This is why I love the text line. You get solid information.
She owns half your stuff, fellas. See Lee Marvin court case. Injun Joe's Cave Ride Magic Man.
You must not know me. I don't own anything. I'm a poor.
Are you?
So she ain't marrying me for the money. And if she is, oof, she got it rough.
Missouri doesn't have common law marriage. Plow dog is safe. That's from the St. Peter's Lemming.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I knew Missouri did.
There you
but
go. You're free rolling.
Nice.
So Prod Joe, even though he's been with the same lass for more than a decade, without question, but they've never been married, he's free rolling too.
So if they split up, he doesn't owe her half of everything in alimony.
There you go. Golden grams.
Yeah.
I know we're not going to do a big wedding, though. I think we know that.
Well, they're extremely expensive.
I think we just want to do a really nice honeymoon. A long extent. I think that's where our money would like to be
I don't know if this gives you any ideas. It's from the New York Post. This bride had quite the train, and it wasn't the one on her dress. A British newlywed couple shared in an episode of Truly's web show Love, Don't Judge why they decided to let one of their bridesmaids join them for a threesome on their wedding night. The show, which has nearly 60,000 subscribers on YouTube, features couples from all over the world who push the boundaries of society's expectations. Katie, who is 26, and her husband, Dan, 25, got married in, Doug, is it Devon, England? Devon, England?
I don't know.
Devon White?
I don't know.
Devon, like Devonshire.
Yes. In September, after 6 years of dating. In an episode on the show that aired last week, the couple recalled discussing their sexual fantasies and making the decision to sleep with other people to fulfill their desires. Dan told Katie he wanted to see her with another man, which left her feeling shocked at first. That first admission also encouraged Katie to explore her bisexuality. Ultimately, it opened doors for them to have new and exciting experiences together, including on their wedding night. Quote, we ended up taking one of my girlfriends up to our bedroom. We had some drinks and ended up having a threesome with her. And it was really fun, said Katie.
Well, Katie's quite a sport.
She's one of my best friends, so it was very comfortable. Okay. Dan echoed her sentiments. Quote, to do it on such a special day just made it more memorable.
Oh, God.
Oh, I just saw a picture of the...
That is romantic.
Made up, it probably.
Sure it is.
Yeah. I don't know if this is... Doug, I don't know if this is the right outfit for the bridesmaid.
Oh. Bridesmaid just happy to get any action at all, I think, based on that picture.
She had a bustier?
Well, she may not be in the best shape in the world.
Which one is she?
I think she's the one who let herself go.
What kind of a wedding outfit is that?
I think it might have been up at the VFW.
It's like one of those bras for grandmas.
Well, some folks can't just wear anything.
Well, I hope they had fun.
Yeah, right. That's all that matters.
Oh, I just got Jackson's Little Piddles. What is today's? The half and half?
Yeah, but it's a Wide Berth Wednesday, so anything and everything is welcome. So you know, you know what I have? I have the questions as just a
net.
Yeah, it's because Wide Berth Wednesday we want spontaneity.
I wouldn't mind you doubling down on that McDavid Draisaitl take.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I think people need to know that they play ice hockey.
And when you put the word ice in there, it means you're a little bit more knowledgeable than most people.
Well, I just want to be specific. You know,
it could be roller hockey, street hockey, knee hockey.
Because we talk a lot about roller hockey.
Yeah.
St. Louis Vipers?
Yeah.
Games played on ice. There's not denying that.
Nice.
Is LeBron hurt yet?
Nope.
He's having a great year. Lakers aren't, but he is.
He's the oldest player in the league.
How about that?
How old is he now?
38. Pretty sure.
Yeah. Still averaging over 30 this year?
I think he's 28, 9, and 6, I think, something like that.
He's hooping.
No slowing down. I saw a stat yesterday. I'll throw it out real quick because it kind of shocked me. And it has to do with tennis. And I think everybody, without really looking at anything, thinks Serena Williams is the greatest tennis player of all time.
No, Steffi Graf.
Yeah, look at Steffi Graf's stats compared to...
Yeah, they're a lot better.
I mean, she crushes her.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of shocked that I never really thought of Steffi Graf's stuff. And I said, Venus has won so many singles titles and majors, and Steffi Graf puts her to shame.
Yeah, it was a good time to squeeze that in right in the Leon Draisaitl talk.
Well, we were talking about, what were we talking about?
I
don't remember. Why you threw that out there?
Well, the good news,
LeBron being the greatest.
There you go. It's actually Steffi Graf in tennis, LeBron potentially in
I'll
basketball.
still take Jordan, I think.
We'll talk about that on Balloon Party, and it's a wide berth Wednesday. So send I Venmo people $35 when they come up with a question that gets me going. You get paid. You get paid if you get.
And by get you going, mean what? Get you.
No, not get me
angry,
turned.
or-
No, not get me turned on. I don't know if I get
Maybe
angry.
I'll
It's
come
tough.
over one.
Oh yeah, I'll Venmo, but you don't have a Venmo.
Yeah, I wouldn't charge anyway.
Hey man,
I would give
principle remains the
I give you
same.
ideas for free.
What a gentleman, Doug. How about this guy?
That's what I do, Mr. Idea Man. No, that was Cat.
That's how you see yourself as Mr. Idea Man?
No, that's Cat. I don't want people to think I stole his idea.
Oh.
The cat called himself Mr. Idea Man? I don't recall that.
Yeah, here you go. I come up with all. That's why I'm the Mr. Idea Man. Pretty sure he said that.
Doug, you remember that? We sat side
called
by side
himself
for
a lot of
so many
things.
years.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember.
Larry Thornton has an idea. He says segment 3, Iggy missed half the segment but made up for it and talked a lot at the end. That's Larry Thornton's time.
Yeah, I've talked a lot. I think I've said 3 words, Larry. Way to pay attention. No wonder you're no longer producing.
Oh, gosh. You just
career
chopped him
shaming.
at the knees. No wonder you're no longer producing? Does he have another job somewhere?
Shot at me, I'll take shots right back.
Is he just a shattered man on the side of the road now that he's not
Doug,
producing?
most people who leave local television news regret it and wish they could get back in.
Mm-hmm. Desperate for a low-paying job.
Did he leave?
Has lousy hours.
We know he left. He was forced out.
I don't think he was.
I'd be surprised. If I recall, Frank was a pretty big Larry Thornton fan.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, I know this. I'm a fan of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Describe chaos. An HD2 show that lets Larry Nickel hand out suspension. That's what's known as a travesty of justice. You know what else is a travesty of justice? No. Stephen Wildwood rolling into trivia wearing 12 clown shoes with answers written on the bottom. Stop the nonsense. But this email is about my grandma being upset. She penned an email this very morning from the Lithuanian wing of Del Mar Gardens. They have a Lithuanian wing at
it's
Del Mar?
quite possible.
The new edition.
I didn't realize it. I write to defend my grandson. Not only did his Uncle Jimmy pleasure himself to Sam Mushnick, they in fact had a torrid 2-year affair. But not all negativity today. For my team of Blue Hairs aced trivia last night. Question 1. Who got cut in half on live TV by a chair and is pushing up daisies? The answer is Kane. Who couldn't cuck his way out of a wet paper bag? The answer is Lawrence Nickel. That's from Mel, and the last name is Keysheets.
Mel Kishite.
John Denton, 10:15. Look at that. Things just changed on Balloon Party.
really?
I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Such a wide berth.
Yeah.
No longer wide berth.
How
Sorry,
about
Dad. I know it pisses you off, but
I'm anxious to hear what he has to say about this. He's out in Scottsdale, isn't he?
that would make sense because I texted him earlier and he just got back to me. So that'd be 7:50 Scottsdale time. Makes sense.
You never know with Arizona. Arizona and Indiana, Doug, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
No, because they don't do daylight savings, right? In Arizona.
So then they're an hour back.
Yeah, right. That is confusing. Get on the same page, Zona.
Nice. Good take. I left to flip properties and Airbnb vacation homes, Iggy. It's from Larry Thornton.
Congrats.
You don't think that's the case, do you?
I don't care what he does.
No. As long as he's not producing something.
Hey guys, your show is incredible. Let me explain. Yesterday, a text was read that marveled over the unique gift Ken has to metaphorically take a nap mid-show, wake up, fire an uninformed take, and go right back to nap. Tim asked Ken if he had ever taken a nap during the show, to which he laughed and said, yeah, probably. Literally the day before, during the Mizzou Georgia breakdown in the first hour, Ken can be seen completely asleep on the YouTube stream around 20:45, only to be jerked awake by Doug jumping in the conversation around 21:20. He then nods off again until 21:45 when he musters the energy and courage to remain awake for the remainder of the show. I texted in about it, but quickly let it go because I know Grandpapa's schedule has been packed to the gills these days in between his move and peddling used garbage in his pop-up bodega outside the station. Don't ever change, Ken. That's Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg.
Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg.
There's a pop-up bodega out there?
I saw it.
Not mine. By the way, they just announced the Eagles are coming with Steely Dan.
Is that right? When's that?
February 6th. Says Eagles, a long goodbye final tour with special guest.
A lot of final
Dan.
tours.
Yeah, didn't they just have one?
So many of these bands are in their late 60s and 70s now. They're trying to milk it one more time, I guess.
I hope we get tickets for that one.
You'll be all over it.
Yes, I love Steely Dan, too.
What's your favorite Steely Dan, Jim?
Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't have to call nobody else.
Jackson, you snapping back there?
Yeah, I like that. I like the rhythm. I like Peg by Steely Dan.
Bet you do.
And I'm never going back to my old school. Ba, 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 ba. You should
Musical
play that-
interlude.
You should play that at St. Mary Magdalene dances.
Is Deacon Blues just too cliche?
I don't know. It's a great song.
It is.
I don't know if it's cliche.
Like it's like too poppy?
No, because they didn't
Like you
do
can't
it.
select it if it's too popular. You have to come up with
Because
a
that shows
B-side.
you're not cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And I ain't cool,
Because
Jack.
everybody else likes it.
They
so
didn't
that
do a
means you
lot of
can't.
those poppy songs that were played on top 40 stations. You know, there's a lot of Steely Dan on KC Classics.
Does that make it better?
Well, KC Classics aren't playing pop songs.
What's wrong with pop songs?
Nothing. Tim just asked if it was cliche. I said Steely Dan didn't do a lot of that.
Doug, they call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues. Think about that.
And they didn't. They didn't get a lot of airplay. They didn't care. They barely went on tour. They were more of a studio band.
Jackson, why won't you disclose the name of the person that Iggy is thinking of? You know, big boobs. No other information. I haven't been this disappointed since Mizzou unconventionally took a knee to close out the Georgia game, even though they were on defense.
I got a text identifying the girl as Christina Renee Hendricks.
Yeah, Hendricks. Okay.
Is that?
Last name was right. Say Anna Hendricks.
Kendrick. No S. Kendrick.
Jackson's starting to lose patience.
This says Hendricks.
Well, it's
I know,
Hendricks, something
Son
like
of
that.
a gun. Anna Kendrick in Up in the Air. Different person than Christine Hendricks, who was in
Mad Men.
All right. Well, it was close. I said Mad Men. It was Hendricks, Kendricks, same thing. Big boobs.
Yeah, she went good in that, not just for.
Was that a text or an
looks.
email?
Great.
This is an email.
Okay.
I know, I watched it. Anyway, if anyone wants a Paul Abdul Roxette or Wham on cassette tape as God intended, they're cluttering the break room counter, and you can enjoy decades-old music and then spend even more time than the actual song rewinding and fast-forwarding to get back on the beginning and hear it again. This is literally how I am nice to people. You are welcome. Some Shooter McGavin, the vice president of Wooden Spoons, but they aren't actually giving anyone because we are out of stamps.
Shooter McGavin, Vice President, Wooden Spoons, aren't actually giving them out. We don't have stamps.
My friend,
Somebody took like 40 of them, so there you go.
is that right? Really?
There were only 4 or 5 left.
You sure John Kowski just did with one swipe knock them all into the trash?
Throwing
I
the
think-
Jody's trash can
I think
just to
Donnie
hide the
Fandango.
evidence.
Fandango was commenting on my great taste in music.
No, of
because you got
course.
some rockers here, and I think he took some.
Great taste.
My friend and I are out of towners coming to St. Louis for work this weekend, and we're looking for something to do on Saturday afternoon. We heard that creepy old guy in the Freddy Krueger shirt was hoping we could swing by your trivia night to sign a few autographs. I was star of the #1 show on network television for over a decade, and I routinely rub elbows with the biggest celebrities in the world. But I'd love to hang out in the sweltering heat of a grade school gymnasium while a bunch of horny diabetics see who can stack the highest pile of toilet mud before it tips over like some sort of twisted game of Jenga. I know you're thinking, don't you have a big comedy show to get ready for? Anyone who has met me knows that attending HD2 trivia contests while chubby Midwesterners shovel obscene amounts of gooey butter cake down their gullets has always been my top priority. Jim and I would love to meet a bunch of obese dumbasses trying their hardest to suppress a heart attack. We just can't wait to see dudes who look like Jabba the Hutt smuggle barbecue into the pockets of their cargo shorts. By the way, I've got a bunch of old VHS tapes and outdated menthol-scented clothes. Should I drop off the trash bag of unfolded shirts at Jody's front desk, or would you like me to bring this jump back to that tiny little urinal front alcove you guys call a studio? We look forward to meeting you pathetic, sad pores on Saturday. It's from Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan. Wow.
Thanks for texting in.
Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan.
Speaking of VHSs, I was texting with Stacey Nelkin yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
Flip that off.
I found a movie she did as a lesbian called Everything Relative. It was a VHS, and I took a picture and said, look what I found today. Then we started chatting.
Heck of a little story.
Great anecdote. It's like the night before Christmas. Sadie Hawkins, Doug, the Blues got shipped by wins per game. Iggy is emotional that Tim didn't get a free hoodie. Friend of the show and former teacher turned OnlyFans star Brianna Coppage appeared on the Plug Talk podcast to bang Adam22 and Lena the Plug, and also detailed how her husband got fired in part thanks to the hashtag exposure from their radio interview. But I think the lead is whether or not Iggy talked to Rafe about bowling in the break room yesterday. Hey guys, real quick, I'd like to invite everyone to come over to my apartment on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to help me move all my bowling balls, butt plugs, dildos, and fleshlights to a similar apartment across the parking lot with less closet space. You guys still there? Well, let me sweeten the deal. What if I included some domestic light beer? Yeah, I mean, 10 a.m. is a little early to start drinking, especially since we have a station-sponsored event with all-you-can-drink Anheuser-Busch products the night before, but it sure beats the 12-year-old chocolate milk stout beer I provided as compensation last time around. Fortunately or unfortunately, we've got less stuff to move, as I was able to bring a bunch of trash to work and pass it off as giveaway prizes and task my coworkers with disposing of it. It's not all trash. Some of it can go to Goodwill. No, the clothes don't smell like smoke because I don't smoke in my apartment when it's not cold. Greg Warren's going to be with us today. Well, actually, he's not, but that's okay because Iggy's here to butcher his material before transitioning to butchering Sebastian Maniscalco about Ross Dress for Less. Maybe tomorrow you can book Jim Gaffigan, and when he doesn't show up, he can butcher his Hot Pockets bit. Thanks. That's from Buck Swope. And, Doug, that's what we have. For the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, what you got?
Nice little email, Buck.
Hot Pockets.
I'm going to go with the fellow by the name of Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg.
I got to be honest with you, I really wasn't paying attention until Swope.
You're supposed to pay attention.
So I'm going to vote for Swope.
Wow. Dedication to the craft.
There's two that stood out to me. Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg and Jerry Seinfeld and Jim Gaffigan, but I'm going to go Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg, who is one. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Sure. Is that the same as Dogtown Ty?
And Tyler from Spartanburg. It was a nice combination, like Neil Allen, Craig Paquette, and Carlos Spiceweeder's not happy you weren't listening. Gates wore them down. That was it. That's the final straw.
Well, they obviously weren't very good. They weren't catching my ear.
Well, but you're supposed to pay attention and vote because
all right, I did pay attention.
Good
I voted for Swope. How about that?
There you go, Doug. Does that satisfy
I don't feel that was very honest.
Maybe I'll talk to another celebrity today, and I'll bring that in tomorrow.
Ooh, nice. A little tease for tomorrow's program. Here's a tease for the next program, Balloon Party. Switch on over on YouTube and watch it. John Denton, we're going to figure out this Cardinal situation. I'm really intrigued to hear what he has to say. I'm looking forward to this conversation. 10:15, he will be with us on 101 ESPN. Jackson and I are going to go down there. We're going to deal with it. Second half will be a wide berth Wednesday, Doug. For the Plow for Action, Jackson for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented by Brown and Crouppen from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out